Yo, Justin DeMoney, how do you do that every day? How are you in here first before everyone, every single stream? Like, everyone jokes about, haha, I'm first, but you are actually here first, like, every single time. What method are you using? Are you joining through Twitter? Are you joining through Discord? Or are you just straight up watching the YouTube channel? Like, I genuinely gotta know that before I say good morning. You are, like, fast. I've never seen anybody join in here faster than you. Good morning, Mel. Good morning, Justin. Good morning, Gary, CJE, Alexis, Hidden Land. What's up, Jay? Garden Trader, Brian, SF, Aloha, King Carnage, Green Candlestick. What's up, Adam? Sandollar, Caleb, Eric. Good morning. What's up, Eric? At my desk, focused and locked. YouTube notification. Okay. That's what I thought. Because I was like, there's no way he's joining through the Discord link. There's no way he's like watching my channel and seeing it pop up, because that's slower too. The notification is the quickest way to see it through YouTube. You're fast, dude. Seriously. He's camping your Discord links. No, I mean, I'm serious. Like, if you go through all the streams, maybe not like the beginning ones, but I'm talking like the last like 20 or 30. If you go through them and look at the chat message at the very beginning, Justin DeMoney is almost always one of the first two people to say GM every single time. It's pretty funny. No, I respect it. I respect it. I just thought it was funny. All right, guys. So this morning we have price up against the supply. So basically, we're going to be watching over 477.50, 477.25 area. So just combine that 25-cent area. We're going to be looking above both. But we don't need to just see a higher open like we're seeing right now. We need to see a higher open. We need to see higher lows. We need to see something hold this 477 area, really. So this higher open is a great initial start for bulls, but we need to see a lot more first. But this is a great start. I'd also like to add, if you go to the daily time frame, I don't know what I'm clicking, and then you go to the King Carnage chart, the one we've been looking at for a while, we are still fighting the all-time high supply. But I would like to give us a little bit of credit here this time, because they actually got, well, after the doji, of course, they got the higher open, they got the pump, they had the candle that's kind of a reset candle. I think a lot of us kind of thought about it that way. And then we got the higher open, the continuation. This is not the highest we've closed, but it's the second highest that we've closed. It matches this day right here. If you see, it says 476.69. And then you have 476.30. Sorry, I'm like trying to say 8 things at once. Which is from the bottom of the all-time high supply. And then you have the all-time high right up here. If you go down to the 5-minute, using those levels, really all you need to see hold today for bulls to keep short-term confirmations are these two areas. If they don't end up holding this, could see a break, could see a retest, could see continuation down. But these are the two main scenarios in front of you right now. Now, they could also do this from right here, the previous day high. So that's a really good short-term area to watch as well. But it's just, you need more info first. It's the open. So we're going to wait a little bit. We're going to see what's up. News for the day before I continue talking. Oops, wrong chart. What's going on here? Oh, that's right, the everything. I'm done. I forgot we did a new one. Let's talk about news of the day, and then we're gonna rechart SPY from the beginning. Yo, welcome, Sky Sway. Sorry if I'm saying that name wrong. I'm horrible at names anyway. But glad to have you on the channel. Welcome. Is this your first time signing up? It's kind of hard for my screen to tell. But if it is, let's go to the YouTube channel. You click on membership. And then you scroll down. You have access to videos, different weekly watch lists that we've posted. There's all kinds of stuff in here, not just watch lists and videos. There's notes and all kinds of cool stuff in here, but I would check it out. There's all kinds of great stuff. There's also a Discord link. I need to repost that, honestly, but there's a Discord link too for anybody who is a member of this YouTube channel, and it's not really anything crazy. It's just extra information. I kind of felt like there wasn't enough like text sections in this part of YouTube, so I was like, well, I feel like we need to give them like a free Discord or something. So it's just a free Discord with just some small info in it, but it's still pretty useful. But yeah, that's where you go. Welcome to the channel. Glad to have you. Yeah, Microsoft's up almost 1.5%. Let's go through sectors first. So tech is higher open, and they're pushing up to the next level, which is 192.50s. You have comms kind of doing like a single candle retest. They're an inside bar right now, 5 minute. See if they pop that new high or break today's open. That'll be your Netflix and Meta sector. Discretionary, this is your Amazon, Tesla, Nike, McDonald's, Home Depot sector. Very nice open as well as a continuation higher. We'll see if that continues over previous day high, or do they slow down, get a retest, push over, or do we see a pullback? We got the banks here, they're slowing down. Oops, can't even click healthcare. And healthcare slowed down a little bit, but nothing crazy. That's a big first 5 minute candle, but nothing crazy yet. New high after the first 10 minutes of the market. That's actually pretty crazy. The first 5 minutes actually held the support, filled a pretty good amount of that gap, held the previous day highs, and we got a new high. That's very impressive through the first couple minutes. I said 10 minutes, but it's been 6. Just a little over 6 minutes. Yeah, good call out. Yo, good morning, Timmy. Good to see you, man. Good morning, D-Touch. How you doing, boss? Sand said all major U.S. stock exchanges will be closed on Monday, January 15th, 2024, in observance of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Shout out MLK. Good morning, Kim. Good morning, Dividend. I feel like some of these messages are coming through at random times for me. I'm not gonna lie, I forgot about that too. I'm glad you said that. There's like, it's not because it's MLK Day either. Like, there's literally a part of my brain that like wishes there weren't holidays for the stock market, because it really is awkward. Like that day leading up to it, you have to almost remind yourself. Like the smart investors and smart traders will be like, well, I'll get my trading done with today, or I'll not trade today because I want my capital for that Tuesday market. Blah blah blah. You know, and then you have people who do the opposite, who are like, well, I need to spend it all right here so I can just take off on Tuesday or blah blah blah. You know, it's people approach it differently, so it can cause for indecision, not as much fun, but in my opinion it's some of the best days because it's more calm. And I'm talking about that following Tuesday, sorry. Timmy, I'm gonna be honest, I love news and going over it and stuff, and I'm about to go over it too. I'm not getting on to you. But I'm really here just to follow the levels. I'm gonna be honest. Every time I go to watch the news and I think about like, oh, bearish CPI or bullish CPI or PPI or PCE or blah blah blah, you know, or interest rates, you know, I tend to make mistakes. But every time I focus the levels through this stuff, I don't make mistakes, because the levels work even with the craziness and the chaotic catalysts that come out each and every week. Because I mean, you guys are literally growing in a catalyst market, a news market, really is what I should be saying. And that's really what this is a news-driven market. And what most people don't understand is that this is an indicator for the future. Like, this is looking like into the second quarter of next year. And this is what I was trying to tell somebody in TradeFlow the other day, Miker. I was trying to tell him, like, it's not about valuations. Like, right now, everybody's on the fence about what's happening in the future. What is the stock market? A future indicator. So, of course, it's going to be higher than a logical point of view. Like, logically speaking, if you were thinking about today's world, you'd be like, well, why are prices up so much? Why are stock prices up so much? You know, and it's because we're not thinking about today. We're thinking about quarter 1, quarter 2 of this year. We're probably already thinking about halfway of this year. We're not thinking about January or February. We need a 365 market. I'm pinning that. Yeah, holidays are dumb. We need a 365 market. That's good. All right, guys. Do you guys want to drop some emojis if you guys want to chart SPY all over again together? We're going to do it on the smaller time frames. We can do triple Qs too if you want. Let me know, and then we can do other tickers. But let me know on SPY. Drop some emojis. Price action is the news. Exactly. Oh, we need to go over the news. My bad. Over here talking about 80 different things. So, and you can also go to the daily updates channel if you guys are in the Discord. I try to post this in there before I do anything each and every day. But yeah, you already had the CPI news come out, not just year over year, but month over month. You had the core news come out, which I believe is more important. But I'm gonna be honest with you, I really don't care for CPI or PPI as much, and neither does the Fed right now. They do go off of it short term, but PCE is really what you want to pay attention to. And if you guys don't know about that, make sure to check the weekly watch list. There's a couple breakdowns on 2 different watch lists I think I've done, but the most recent one has that breakdown as well. So check that. What is CPI versus CPE? What is that? PCE. I keep saying CPE because of all the C's, but you know what I meant. I was about to say ECB. But another cool thing about this website, in case you have no idea about anything you're reading in front of you, this is all just alien language to you. Click US, read here. This is the best part of this whole website, in my opinion. And you can read kind of like the computer broken down version of what's happening, but if you get to the what to expect, this is like the dumbed down version of like, hey, this is what this is what's going to possibly happen, this is what we're going to possibly look for. So they said what to expect for today's CPI. Policymakers, economists, and investors monitor CPI data to assess economic conditions, make policy decisions, and gauge potential impacts on financial markets. If inflation comes in higher than expected, this could reduce the market's bets on Fed rate cuts this year, which could cause weakness in U.S. stocks and strengthen the dollar. Because again, going into the end of last year and the beginning of this year, we were in the mindset of, oh guys, we're going to be cutting interest rates like crazy this year. Everything's going to be going lower. Recovery is going to be strong by the end of 2024. And it might be, but all the numbers say otherwise. So it might not be as quick as people think. And then, of course, you can read the jobless claims if you want. And then Friday, if you want to read the PPI, pretty important. It's pretty much the same breakdown, except a little bit different. Another website is, of course, briefing.com. Make sure you're checking this. SPY, by the way, wicking and possibly, I mean, it broke today's open, possibly closing under today's open on the 5-minute. It's under middle VWAP, by the way, just a good short-term gauging indicator, nothing crazy there. And we're also looking for the paired breakdown under the 477s, under the highlighted area. So we don't have that yet, but we're getting close. Okay, we don't have a breakdown on that yet. And there were a few earnings today as well, but nothing notable. What's up, David Q? How you doing, man? Good morning, Chuck. Mara's up 10% now. Shoosh. Yeah, I mean, there's so much chaotic news coming out about this. Like, they're trying to make it like there's a couple things going on. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to the whole filing, but there's a couple perspectives on this. There's a group that's like trying to post news about them faking the whole ETF thing, and then there's news regarding that it's all real, you know, and it is real. It probably is going to get passed. Let's be honest here. Big money's already moved in. Policymakers have started talking about it a lot more, so they probably are going to pass it. So wouldn't be surprised if you see Bitcoin over 50K very soon. Which is crazy to say because, you know, we don't really care about crypto in here. I don't even have it charted up here. Yeah, look. We've only been charting up to here at this point. Alright, let's see what's next. So we're on the monthly. I'm just doing this for people who like to trade coin and Mara. I am never going to trade Bitcoin. Let's just do the daily. Let's see what's over here. So the last high we had before the breakdown was here. I'm just going to include this open. 2025. Yeah, they're even trying to hold over that high, which could cause a test of that high. I'm going to mark the meat of that low. And that's all-time high. Let's color that yellow. They're actually not far off all-time high. They hold over the shoulder. You just got to start focusing on shoulders now. That one, that one, that one, which that one's the last one. Pretty clean. Nice grind up move. These are the hardest ones to swing too. You guys have probably heard me talk about it in the past, but grind up moves are the hardest, but they are the strongest bullish pattern, or bullish trend, I should say. I don't like calling them patterns because they're not really a true pattern, but grind ups, you know, it's like seeing green red, green red, green red, green red, green red, but slowly going up at a higher low angle. It's like the perfect higher low trend. So it's like they're getting consolidation and building up energy while also holding that bullish trend to a stronger extent than just, you know, going sideways. It's like going sideways but with a higher low trend. And they did it twice. That's crazy. So it has a lot of built up energy is what I'm trying to say. It could go far. Not saying it's going to go up and break all-time highs. I'm just saying if it does break and push higher, definitely could. If it rejects, could have a nice pullback back down. But it looks like that's what SPY wants to do. We have a close under the previous day high supply, last Thursday supply. We're breaking under today's open. So if you get a fast pullback here, won't be surprised, but also looking for short-term rejections of 477.26 from underneath. I don't have it marked also, but if you mark this, you have previous day close at 476.50. I'm going to leave it because there's already a level that's pretty close here, so. See how this looks on the 1 minute. Nice break. Still just now getting the break of the low on this 1 minute candle. The damage is really being done in this 1 minute candle. Filled overnight gap. And they hit previous day close to the cent. Alright. So a good pullback. This could be really good for bulls over time if they build some base here. This could be really good for bears if they do not build base and just reject 477.30s over time, slowly break through the next level underneath. That'd be very strong bearish confirmation. Exactly, Justin. Yeah. That, honestly, how you said is probably how I should have said it. He said, fake announcement Tuesday to a backdoor approval yesterday. Yeah. They can't make it obvious. And yeah, be sure to leave a like on the stream. Thank you guys. I see a few of you said that. Thank you. Mel said previous day closed, the day open, setting at 50%. Alexis played the rejection of pre-market high. Damn. More meta poots. Mental trade. I actually posted meta the other night. I want to look at that again. Ooh. Okay, good job. Good job. It's actually doing a bearish retest under 369.79. If you enter more, or if you are in puts, it looks really good as long as it stays under these two levels here. But it's already done a rejection here. It's doing a rejection here. A new low would confirm both rejections and possibly give you the jump to 366. And if 366 breaks, that could go a lot lower. Good eye on Meta, Dividend. Very clean chart today on Meta. This was one of the two charts I posted last night besides SPY. The other one was Tesla. Honestly, I only posted this too because of how clean it looked. I didn't even look at anything else. I was like, damn, that's super clean. There's a clear level of support here. They opened a little bit lower after that day's close. Opened down here. They broke it. And instead of just breaking it, they did a single candle retest and a major retest with multiple lower highs here. So there's a lot of bearish pressure at 235.70 and 234.90s. So I'm going to leave those there. But as you can see now, with another lower open, they perfectly are rejecting under the next level, 230.60, which I believe is from the bigger time frame. So very important. Possible retake of this. It looks like they've already done a lot of damage. So if the market does just kind of hold or push slightly higher range, it might give Tesla a little breathing room to push over 230.60s. But if not, and everything is still pulling back, this could just be another rejection to pull back lower. 230.50s, by the way, is a trigger on the bigger time frame charts for a lot of people to possibly move lower, because again, that is the base from the bigger time frame. A lot of basing here that was done before this extra move that went up, and we're already back here again. So two really big things could happen here. A really big breakdown can continue, a rejection can continue, or you see, again, kind of like this, where it's like an ugly base, but over time they build higher lows, a lot of built up energy, and they make it to, again, the supply of this chart between 260 and 270 area. But that one's interesting. Still holding this pullback on the 5 minute for SPY. Filled the overnight gap, so you don't have to worry about that anymore. We're under today's open. We're under previous day close. We're under the overnight gap. You're under supply. A lot of bearish confirmations at the open here today. For intraday trading, again. When I say this stuff, guys, I'm talking about today, for the moment. I'm not talking about 5 days from now, 10 days from now, a week from now. I'm not talking about any of that. What a 5-minute candle here. Yeah, for real. Yo, good morning, B-Ferg. My bad, I was talking a lot and chat moved a lot in that amount of time. So many people went long and open bulls wrecked. Yeah, I mean, I could see why. It was at a good spot, but like I said, I'm a little hesitant on that. I mean, you could go back in the stream and hear me, but I was hesitant on how we opened. I mean, it was a great higher open, but one candle's not going to sell it for me. You know, and this looked a lot more attractive, but we never, like, if this was followed by a, like, bullish price action, this would be so strong because these are the perfect candles you want to see before the transfer of power. And then guess what? Bearish candles step in, they end up breaking today's open, they end up breaking under VWAP at the same time, they end up breaking under the low of today at that point, just a couple minutes later. So a lot of bearish confirmation stepping in one at a time. And then look, another bearish hammer against 476.26 on the 1 minute. They're still wanting to break the next level. That's on the 1 minute, by the way. Here's the 5 minute. I can't read his comment out loud, but yes, everyone is very excited for all-time highs. Like I said, guys, if they do give us all-time highs, they're not going to make it obvious. It's not going to be the easiest walk in the park for the first time. Let's give SPY some breathing room. There was a lot of selling at the very beginning, so could see some settling. And if you did just get continuation from here, that would be hard to catch as a new trade. Good risk here under 476.26, but you don't have really any major retest on the 5. Damn, we got almost 90 people in here. Who the hell is sharing the link around? Good morning, all of you. You guys can go back a couple minutes in the stream if you want. We just covered a lot of breakdowns on the overall market's news and a couple breakdowns on bigger time frames. We talked about Bitcoin for a couple moments. What I'm about to do is just kind of watch the ETFs for a couple seconds, or a couple moments, sorry, and then I'm going to probably rechart SPY. I've been trying to do that for everybody lately. But yeah, drop a like on the stream if you guys are in here. Highly appreciated. Thank you all. Just took profit on shorts. Good job, Deep. Can't wait to see that review. And honestly, great job, guys. I didn't have time to go and do my normal tag to everybody. I've been having fun doing that lately. But I will go read the reviews from today. I didn't get to read yesterday's as much. But yeah, great post yesterday. Not just on the trade floor, but in the review channel, the post charts channel. Everybody's been killing it in there lately. I shared some links around for my personal peeps. Hey, I appreciate that, Alexis. Oh, I can breathe now. God, I feel like I was like choking myself. Ah. All right. Now we're feeling good. Holy shit, Tesla. Did it keep selling? Yeah, that's not looking too good. Excuse my language. Nice lower open. It's kind of like the opposite of SPY. Nice lower open, and it's rejecting its next level. Where you had SPY had higher open and pushed down, and then it pushed up again. Now it's falling. So it's kind of like the opposite. Except now they're both falling. Nice potential hammer on the 5 minute. Could cause for some short-term bullish pressure to pop up if they surpass 476.30s, basically. Damn, Nike's up more too. Damn, fool. He said took 100% mental poots on SPX from when we broke today's open. Damn, nice. That's a good rep, man. Very nice reasoning too. And that, I always tell people this too when they're doing those mental reps. Excuse this chart. This thing needs to be cleaned up. But when you're doing mental reps and you're getting like really big percentages, like that's great. But what's more important is the reasoning. So make sure when you are getting big percentages, regardless of the size, I don't care what size it is, you definitely need to have a reason for like, all right, why did I like this beforehand, and what can I talk about it afterwards? You know, review it afterwards and think like, all right, what else happened here that I might not have thought of beforehand, and just kind of look at it for a second. But great job though. It seems like you did have a reason to be in the break of today's open. Very strong indication. That's actually one of my notes right here. I closed it for a second, but you know, just kind of keeping some vague notes here. You know, price above today's open, that's bullish until broken, right? You know, we need to be understanding that for some short-term trades. Price below today's open, need to be bearish until broke, kind of the opposite thinking. Breakout above levels with previous day high above them still, we must be taking profit at that previous day high until we see more price action break above it, or we can leave runners, you know, stuff like that. But we cannot ignore the previous day high. And the same thing goes for if we break levels to the downside, but we're still inside of the previous day's range. We still have previous day low as the, you know, kind of first initial target. That needs to be a target, and then we can look for more pain. Or we look for higher lows to hold that previous day low for all we know. You know, we got to be on our feet on that one. And then just kind of reminding what middle VWAP indication is, just being above it or below it. But that is, again, you're never going to see it on my daily time frame. This is actually thanks to Leland. From a long time ago, he made me a V, because I used to use VWAP pretty heavily, but he gave me middle VWAP, and it only shows on intraday time frames. So you'll never see it on this time frame. But as soon as I go down to the 5-minute, there it is. So that was pretty cool. Looks like you are getting a bearish rejection on the 1-minute. I guess I'll keep my eye on this one. They might go up and retest today's close, or sorry, previous day's close, but they did a really good job of sitting on top of it and then breaking it and then hammering the next level. So they might not need to test a previous day close. This might be the retest. So keep your mind, or just be aware of that. If they don't go up to previous day close, there is causation to keep selling from 476.25. I'll just hold my cursor over previous day close, I guess. Microsoft testing today's open, good post. I keep wanting to go chart SPY, but then the price action keeps moving, so I don't want to yet. I was chasing SPY on mental trade. I accepted the loss. I was second guessing, so I cut it. Second guessing, so I cut it. I like that. I like that you said you were second guessing. Like you weren't sure of, like, all right, wait, why am I in this? Because that's honestly when you lost the trade. It wasn't when it went down 5, 10%, 15, 20%. That wasn't when you lost the trade. You lost the trade when you thought to yourself, you know, why am I in this still? Or wait, why do I like this? Or just being confused on being in it again, you know, just any confusion at all. Because it's like, wait, what did I plan beforehand then? You know, and if you're at that point, that's when you lost the trade. It's not when the trade went red. Pre-market low holding on SPY for now at least. Yeah, I need to go start drawing that more. I'm literally the pre-market guy, and I stopped drawing it. I could cheat and just turn on the... Oh, I could do that, so I never have to turn on... Where is it at? Here it is. Oh, I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, yes, I do. Okay. No. No. Just in case. Yes. Yes. No. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care about that. I'll draw all this. You don't have to worry about any of this, think or swim. I just need you to do these two for me. Alright, so pre-market high will be green. Pre-market perfect. Apply. Please tell me that worked. It did not. Because I don't have extended hours on. Which is where it's drawing its information from. Awkward. Let's see if that worked. Yep, that's exactly why. Alright. Well, I will just have to continue marking pre-market high and low like the rest of you. I wanted to be cool and not ever have to go to extended hours again. Pre-market ho, green. Red. Even though that's like pink. There, how's that? I guess I should have done the meat of pre-market low. Seeing what it is now. Also, it's very close to the already very important level. This is staying orange, by the way, because this is a... What is this? Oh, it's a monthly candle. Okay, that's why. So every orange level is a monthly level. This is why it's called an everything chart. I just wanted to include the monthly and the daily. I'll try to switching as much. But a very important level is right here. Which also is where they based above yesterday. So they kind of like had their higher open. And they had the same open as yesterday, really. Think about that. Except they weren't over a previous day high. They had to open and then push over it. This one was already over it. So that was a good sign from the open compared to this one. But this one, when it came down, gave itself enough room by pushing this much to sit and hold that day's open, hold a higher low, hold another higher low, hold another higher low, hold another just great base. And then they finally built a higher low over 475, which wasn't just a good previous day level, but was also a very big monthly emerging candle. So that was good. And then that helped them run toward the end of yesterday. Now, today, you have a higher open over the previous day high. We broke under supply from a couple days ago. This is not from yesterday, but it lines up, so it might as well be. Broke today's open, broke this area, broke under the low of our kind of initial open. If you go to the 1 minute, you'll see it a lot better. And they did have a pretty good retest here. So, might even be pulling away without even caring about retesting previous day close or this area higher above. They don't even want middle VWAP to catch up. But they are already back at low of day for the most part. We'll see if they break that again. See that first time they pushed away, second time they got higher, pushed away again, but no break of the base of that, so we'll kind of just keep that in mind. But definitely bearish from open. See if bulls come back to life above 476.30s, or do they just continue rejecting this and flush down to 475s? That is the next area below. Does this trade love me? Do I love it? If either of these are no, then dump it. Alright, sorry for just looking at SPY, guys. It's just this is the overall market. Hopefully you guys are enjoying some of the updates. Be sure to drop a like on today's stream if you have not already. Here's the triple Q chart for anybody who's been more focused on tech. Looks like you have very similar price action at hand. And at honestly better levels. You're actually at the previous day close here. They're under previous day close on SPY. SPX. Oh my god. Gapped out on the 1 minute. Whoo! I'm over here talking about SPY and QQQ. IWM's the one that's taking the hit. Small caps. What are y'all doing? They look bad on bigger and smaller time frame. That's a bearish kicker, technically. They're under today's open, or previous day open and close. 192.50. That is crazy. SPY, or sorry, I was about to say SPY. I mean, this is a pretty large percentage of it, but Apple, pretty large pullback from the open. Definitely not helping. Microsoft trying to do its best to hold still. Definitely more blood can rise, guys. More blood can come if Microsoft breaks today's open. That needs to be posted now. More blood if Microsoft breaks current day open. Because, guys, how big is Microsoft? You guys should know this by now. If you go to Analyze, you look at SPY, you can actually see Microsoft overtook Apple by waiting. So, they're a lot. Go to tech, though, you can see they're a lot. And that's just the major sector of the market. Not the only one, but it's a major sector. If Microsoft breaks a notable level like it is right now, that is definitely going to bring more blood to the SPY chart. Let's check Microsoft. They are continuing to sell. Let's check Apple. They are continuing to sell. They're at the next level. Very careful that this might slow down if it doesn't break 183.90s, but Microsoft might just do the dumping for us because they are clear ground to the previous day close. They're almost at previous day high, and that is drawing a lot more pain on that SPY chart, guys. Look at that. Good job, B-Ferg. He said Tesla poots are printing. Good job, man. It was rejecting great areas there, too. Great reasoning to be in shorts on that. Great job. You're at a pretty good target, too. 226.50. I can't speak right now. Is a very nice target underneath. I actually meant to repost this because Tesla and Meta were the only two charts I posted last night. They were the only two that I thought were interesting. I'm just going to say after rejecting previous day lows and the next level below, and then in parentheses 230.60s, the next emerging candle was hit at 226.50s. Let's check Meta now, because that's the other one I posted, so I need to check that personally. Okay. Good rejection so far. That one's not as clean on the 5 minute. You go to the 1 minute, I bet you it's a lot cleaner. Oh, never mind. It's like you got that failed 40% entry, and then it was like, never mind, just kidding. And this one was pretty awkward to enter on, but this would have been a candle that was like, alright, this is a little bit easier to see. Hard to catch a new trade after all that, though. Now, the only reason you guys could have caught SPY or Triple Q was pretty much just watching weights. And this is why I talk about weights a lot when we go through them. And I know I haven't been as much recently, but I think I just got burnt out on speaking about it. But I personally cannot stop watching the weights because they're just so important. I mean, you saw right there, for example, you know, Apple had already kind of done some damage. It had already done a lot of selling, and it needed something else to help it, you know, and that was Microsoft, the other one that was really not selling at all at the time. You know, it was still holding at the exact moment we went to that chart. And then it started giving us a pullback. So seeing multiple weights pull back in a major sector of SPY definitely helped anybody that was still looking at shorting this chart. Good job so far, though, anybody who is in here and focused. We have been going over these charts pretty in depth today. I want to rechart SPY for everybody, but I guess we'll have to wait because we're actually getting insanely good movement so far. And honestly, guys, this is pretty normal. Everybody always asks me, like, what do you think about CPI, PPI, and stuff? And it's honestly the same almost every single time. You know, we get pretty good momentum leading into the event, whether it's straight up or not, it doesn't matter. But you get pretty good momentum into it. You know, you get a little bit of a slowdown as you get closer, and then you get a little bit more momentum approaching whatever highs were made recently. And then a lot of the time, you get a little bit of a push, you know, and then that push is rejected, or they try to hold that recent high, right? But a lot of these events have been slightly pushing over, and then in the same day, wicking back down and holding under that high that was made before, and then they're making either really good 50% retests that look like they're lower high or look like they're higher lows to you because you're focused on a potential bullish trend. God, Leland's gonna love me for this conversation. For this potential higher low trend, but it's not a higher low trend. They broke structure again. They broke something that was very important. They had a failed 40% entry. This is now turning into a bearish trade. And if they give you this retest to any extent, I'm talking to any extent, whether it goes to the halfway point, the golden pocket, or that recent high that was made, it doesn't matter. Any of those three are very strong. If any bearish candlestick, like any push into it, and then bearish candlestick rejection happens afterwards, that's flushing through whatever potential higher low trend you think you're looking at. And this is why a lot of people get trapped. You got to remember, the best bearish trade is the failed bullish trade, and vice versa. So if you're looking at a really good bullish setup and then it fails, that's a very good time for bears to be stepping in. That's when a lot of the time you get your quick pullbacks, your fast rejections. Everyone's always like, I want to be in those plays. That's how you get in those plays. But let me know if you like that breakdown. I know if Leland's listening, he'll be very happy to hear that one. Because that's something we go over a lot. Just kind of nonchalantly together, just like, oh, did you see that failed 40% entry? It flushed. I mean, it's mainly him, but It's crazy how much movement those get, though. Now, you're not always going to get them like this. I'm never going to sit here and be like, they're always like this. But that's what you got today. We got the higher open. We were holding something that looks really good. Then you get a bearish candlestick. You shouldn't be entering puts right here, but you end up getting a nice rejection. It breaks today's open and that area. You know, so it kind of gives you everything you wanted for. And it didn't get the greatest rejection on the 5-minute, but that's why I kind of kept switching to the 1-minute and looking for weights. Because it's like, well, if I'm not going to get a clean rejection, I need something else to sell me. I need something else to push me in with confidence that makes sense. Not just a random reason. I need a good reason. And that's why we went to the weights. That's why we were looking at the 1-minute. Or finding other things to give us confidence to like anything on this chart. And yeah, they didn't even bother catching up to middle VWAP today. They did not care. Done for the day. Gonna chill and watch. Good to hear, King Carnage. Quite the drop base drop. 100% Matthew. Wow, I went to the shitter and come back to blood. Hey, man. Could have been worse. Ooh, PayPal. Ooh, Boeing. Ooh, that one hurts. Not really. I think everybody expected this candle. The Boeing Max problems persist. Of course, and I've tried to tell you guys this before too. I'm not saying this about Boeing as a bad or good thing. I mean, if anything, this is a good thing. But a lot of other airlines buy from Boeing, right? And so all these people are experiencing the same problems as Boeing with their own planes. But Boeing is just probably going to go into the shitter. If this is at 200 the next couple months, I would not be surprised. But remember what happened last time I got under here, man. It made an inverse head and shoulder, and everybody stopped paying attention to it. And then look what it did. It ripped faces off. It almost went to 300 from that rally. Full said you could have caught the low of day on SPY. The close of the inside bar at 10 and wrote it down. Oh, okay. I was like, what? I'd also like to add there's just a major area here. I didn't bother deleting this area of demand from before because it had been used, broken. Been used, didn't break. So I was like, all right, this is pretty significant. And the next day, we didn't really touch it. So I was like, I'm going to just leave this here and see what happens. And look what we're doing. We're reacting to it. So it's just a good base right here. Pretty important area there. Remember, pre-market high, pre-market low. This is the monthly emerging candle. But look how close we are to all-time high. That's all-time high right there. So close. Sorry, I was checking checking chat on the 5-minute chart. Done for the day, gonna chill and watch. Catching up to messages. Win lead test, yeah, literally. Fully out of SPY poots, 138%. Dear God, excellent breakdown, B. Good job, David Q. Amazing hold on your part, man. I know the speed of that drop was also helpful, but still, good hold. Let me zoom in again. Sorry, that's probably hard to look at. I guess while we're waiting, we could chart SPY again. I mean, it's kind of doing it's not doing everything we thought it would do, but it's doing normal price action. Like, it's not just like a randomly fall. Like, it's breaking good levels and then falling. and now it's reacting and slowing down at a pretty strong area. So pretty simple here, guys. You're either looking for, come on, give me my trend line tool. You're either looking for a retest of this, which is not as possible because you only got one short-term retest, so this is very unlikely, but still very possible. But could just reject this and then break this, and then you could get any kind of retest in this area between here and here. And that could lead to more selling, or you end up getting some basing here, which over time, hold up, let's not mix our lines here. You can get some basing. You want one impulse move or a couple impulse moves, but you want to see them continuously hold the same base or hold higher lows of that base. And then you want to try to aim for, well, levels that we fell from, 475, 475.20s area. And you don't really want to be bullish on this yet. I mean, you could take good short-term risky plays here with stops right under this, but overall, from a bullish point of view, you want to see them retake this and hold this, because that would be a good sign that, yes, they're still in the fight to try to take out all-time high for intraday time frames. But not as possible now today with that really nice pullback. I don't even know what the max pain is today, but don't really need to. Is this live? And all the action, didn't even see AMD dump below yesterday low day. Damn. Yeah, there's so much going on, man. We were watching SPY, Triple Q, Apple, Microsoft, going through a couple other charts. There's so many of them that were doing so good. It's funny, like, NVIDIA looks horrible on its own when you look at just today, but if you look at what it's holding, it's like, okay, wait, this could still launch. Now, I don't know about 553, but a couple days ago, last week's stream, if you go back to one of those streams, you'll see we actually talked about NVIDIA before the breakout, and somebody asked what was a possible target that makes sense. Like, how do you chart above new highs? And we basically were just saying you should pretty much just focus on psychological levels. So if it's above 500, then of course your biggest levels are going to be like your quarters, like in a dollar. 525, 550, 575, 600. Those are going to be your biggest, most major levels between the breakout of 500 and whatever the latest highs are going to be. And then in between that, you have every $10, and that's going to be a good kind of minor level to have in there. And so I was saying, because of the range being like an $80 range, almost $90 range, it was probably going to, if it did ever break out, it would go to 530, 540. 553, though, that is an insane move. And it's funny, too, because if it builds base up here, we really could see 600. Like, I know we joke about it, but you really could see 600 over time. So just keep that in the back of your mind. But we'll see, though. 553 in a very short amount of time, pretty crazy. But right now, NVIDIA is experiencing a possible pullback if they do not get back over 543.50. That would be the level to get back over for bulls or reject for bears. You also have previous day high at 546. Really big drop from today's open. And yeah, you are getting some buying here, but pretty normal. Check for the red dot. Good morning, creator. How you doing? Sinful said, I would never try to catch the bottom because that is a risky investment and I'm an extremely disciplined trader. Preach. Alright, let's do SPY again. Alright, so we go to the daily. If you want to do the monthly emerging candles, you can, guys. I'm not taking that away. I was just going to show you the... Well, I guess we'll just do it together. So just to do this quickly, you edit, just post a random line, edit properties, change the color, and then save as default. And then you can delete that line. And then you can do your monthly levels, just real quick. There's a bunch of people in chat that do this. I used to do it like this, but I didn't really like it because there's too many lines. But this is actually a great time for it because there's not that many in this area. So these are just monthly levels, and then you go to the daily, and then do this thing again where you draw your line, edit properties, change it back to white, save as default, hit OK. Then hit remove, and now we're going to focus on the same exact method that we just did, but on the daily time frame. Now I don't have to go back as far down, I was just doing that for example's sake. We can start maybe here. We'll start with this one, 455. That one's already marked. all-time high. I want to do yellow. And then you go to the 5-day, 5-minute. And if you want to have your equities on and actually see the extended hours, it does help to see the kind of days split up. But if you don't need that and you're already focused enough and you can focus on grabbing previous day highs and lows, that's great. Now, it's hard to do when you're grabbing this late. This is something you should be doing like day to day to day. And that's why you'll see on this chart I have zones already here. That's because I've been doing it from day to day to day until they're invalidated, right? And so this one's going to probably be cleaned up today. But it's hard to do when you're jumping into it new. So I recommend you just starting fresh and just going back to the previous day. So if you're jumping into this, don't go back a couple days. Just go back to previous day and make it easier on yourself. So we're going to start from previous day low. And normally you do go to the top of the last red candle before the reversal up. But because we have a notable level here at previous day open, I'm just going to go up to that level. We're going to include properties. We're going to add a couple days to this. And this is our previous day low demand. So this is where we should be looking for buyers into the previous day if they ever pop up. This is also a great spot for sellers to step in and turn it into supply. So it's not just that, oh, bulls are here, it's always going to bounce if it goes here. No, it could definitely go under that and reject it. You've seen it today. They broke it, rejected it, and they still overtook it. So it's just a very strong area. And then previous day high supply, the last thing we need to grab. So we have the high of the previous day to the open of the last green candle before the reversal back down, right? So it's actually about right here, and it includes a bigger time frame level, so that's very good. Edit properties, add a couple days to it, and that's it. Well, no, that's not it. You don't have to do it here, but normally you would add your previous day open and your previous day close. And if you want to add your pre-market high, pre-market low, you can. But that's all you need. So all you did right there was match short-term price history with longer term price history. Smaller and larger price history. That's all you're mixing together. And that's why the levels work, because they're from something that makes sense. They're not just, this looks like a common high, this looks like a common low. That's not absolute. That's not a constant. I can delete this chart and get the exact same levels as the other chart. That's my point. You need to have something that's repeatable, something you can do over and over and over again, something that's consistent. Damn, people's calling you out. People's, can I borrow your card info? He's not actually allowed to know what info's on the card. Levels are language those market makers bought, understand. 100%. Everybody uses price history. Computers use them. Large traders use them. New traders use them. Experienced individual traders. Everyone uses price history to an extent. All we're doing is putting a mix to it. We're just putting them together and we're making it a system. We're focusing on just that. That's it. What breaks where? What holds what? What retests what? And in what order? It's an order of operations kind of thing. I wouldn't be like this morning. If you go back and stream, like, yeah, this is bullish, but I'm not really looking to get in yet because I want to see more. Something else needs to sell me. And then what do you get within 5-10 minutes later? A break of middle VWAP, a break of previous day high supply, confirming sellers are still here, a break of today's open. So that's 1, 2, 3 confirmations. That's very bearish in the first 15 minutes of today. So good thing you didn't jump in randomly, even though you had decent reasoning. And it's not even about being in a trade or not. I always talk about it in that fashion, but you need to be looking at this not as if you're in a trade, but just to read the chart. What's bullish, what's bearish, bullish, bullish, bullish. Okay, a little bit mixed. It's very indecisive, but still bullish. We're above previous day highs. Nope. And validation. 3 bearish confirmations step in, right? So you're looking for continued rejection of this area. You're looking for a test of this or a break of this. If that happens, you're looking for the next level, so on and so on and so on and so on. It's all a step by step by step by step process. That's all you're doing. Hidden Land said first hourly candle close, 5 minute. Oh, in 5 minutes. Bet. All right, we'll check the hourly here in a couple minutes then. But yeah, guys, that's the recharted SPY chart. I hope you enjoyed that. Also, and I didn't really break this down, but if you ever have like large areas like this, I mean, that's not reasonable. If I get a break of 474, my first target can't be 469.73. That doesn't make any sense. So sometimes when you see stuff like that, you can go from here, go up every time, go up, never go down, go up. You go from here to whatever the next level is, right? So if I have previous day low, or if I have this larger, I'll probably go to this one, this longer term price history level, go to it. Go to one of your levels of price history and then add the 50% of that. I promise you, almost every single time you have a good level, and this happens with everybody's strategy. It's really funny. Like whenever you have an EMA strat or a standard deviation or it's all the same shit. If it goes past something and there's another very important area beyond that, right? So you break this level and you're going towards this one. There is almost always going to be something here at the halfway point or golden pocket point of this area. Again, let me show you that again. So if you draw those two areas, there's almost always going to be some sort of resistance, support, slowdown, liquidation here, something's always going to pop up here when price does get here, right? So let's say today, let's say it keeps selling, right? It's going to react to this to some extent, whether it wicks out this for a few minutes, or it just wants to flush through it, or it rejects it a couple times, or it just straight up flushes it once, it doesn't reject it. It's going to react to this to some extent most of the time. There's too many scenarios here where it has to test that area. So if you ever have that problem, or it just looks awkward to you, dude, that's all you gotta do. Just add that halfway point. Now I'm gonna leave it clean because I want to leave it like this for a minute. But if you want to prove my theory, go ahead and add it. Again, go from that low to the monthly emerging TA level, and just add that halfway point. If you want to add the other one, you can, but I'm gonna just leave the halfway point. You can still see all-time high right there. Today's Thursday, right? Yeah. I had to think for a second. I go into chat, the first message I read, guys, and this is what makes me so damn proud of you guys. Look at this. The first message I go into chat and I read. 474.96 is a monthly and a weekly level. Struggling here. That's crazy. This is the one we just charted, by the way. Wait, wrong one. Seriously, thank you, Misi. That was very awesome. Who's all enjoying stream so far? Enjoying some of the updates, some of the trade ideas, some of the breakdowns, some of the in-depth reviews of whatever's in front of us. Storytelling of the chart is what I like to call it. Drop a like, drop an emoji, let me know you're enjoying yourself. If you guys have any updates or you want to just drop an idea on something or a question, drop it. Let us know what you have in store or what you're looking at. Had to step away, coming back. Meow. Jesus. Hello guys, sorry, I'm looking at someone's review real quick. Sorry for the typing, guys. I was typing very fast right there. Back to you guys. Alright, what are y'all saying in here? I'm focusing on y'all now. Like I said, be sure to drop a like on the stream, or if you guys have anything you want to talk about, bring it up. Did you take any spy poots? Yes, I did. Only when we broke today's open, though. I didn't get the entire, like, set. I didn't get all this, because that's not my system. But yes, I did. I didn't have time to type it in premium, though. I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of annoyed that I didn't get to. The Qs did the identical trade. SPX was, the exact same. IWM was a lot worse, I would say. I would say it was very hard to probably catch this if you were watching on the 5-minute. Even the 1-minute, too. Like, this was tough. Because it broke the low here, and there was no retest. All the retesting was up here. Sorry to let my dog out. She just sleeps into whatever time she wants. Wish we could all do that, huh? See you later, fool. Thank you. Maddie Obese says, as a lurker, I very much enjoyed the stream. Very chill and laid back. Appreciate you, man. And I totally don't mind you just kind of chilling in the back. Don't scroll any higher than that. Yo, thank you, D-Touch. You're actually an amazing, like, place marker. Good morning, Ryan. Good to see you. Very late to some of these messages. Sorry, guys. I'm catching up. We are 84 watching. Press like button if you like to be here. I appreciate that, VC. He's just straight up with it. Fully out of spy call runners here. Red, green on the day. Green on this bounce. I see. Red to green on the day on this bounce. Sitting cash up 100 this week. Most important, I limited myself. That's good. That's good, Dividend Bull. And what's more important is, did you have reasoning for everything? Like, can you make sense of the trades that you made? That's really what's important here. More news. Last candle is nasty. Let me read out, see if there is any news. The bulk of it's already out today. Oh, yeah, actually, you do here in about... I don't know if I'm reading Eastern Standard Time or Central, but either in 3 minutes or an hour in 3 minutes, Fed Mester speaks, and then add an hour to that, or not, for Fed Barkin. 10:40, 11:40, and then you have a bond auction at noon for the 30-year, which might cause a short-term reaction. It might not. I know that's not as focused on as the 10 or the 3. Again, a lot more people are kind of focused on those more short-term yields right now, which are causing reactions to the overall market. You can see down here somewhere, where is it? Right here. We've been watching the 10-year, which this is the one that had the bond auction yesterday. In a really weird way, they actually look like they're trying to hold support, which is bearish for the equity market. If they hold and go up, this can cause bearish pressure on SPY. Now, and I'm not saying it'll have direct correlation, it'll direct fall with that. No, but over time it can cause extra pressure on us. But no, I'm looking at it right now and it doesn't look like there is on Financial Juice. Definitely be sure to check out financialjuice.com when you have time. I wish I was an actual sponsor of this website because I use it that much. But here's your market snapshot of the day. If I can click off this screen. This is another website I wish knew I existed, but these people are great. Moving the market, digesting hotter than expected CPI data, which isn't likely to persuade the Fed to cut rates as much as the market expects. We talked about that already. Reacting to volatile action in the Treasury market, broad losses. Okay, that one's pretty simple. Positive buzz in the crypto space after the SEC approved the Bitcoin spot ETF. So we got a lot going on right now. I'm going to actually screenshot this for everybody around the chats because I love this website. It's seriously one of the best. God, Sinful's the best. Cave Bob Josh, what a way of... You have such a way with words. He says, the clicks are my daily ASMR. Probably not a bull day. You would be correct. I'm reading CST. Okay, thank you, Timmy. Jeez, man. You're the greatest. That's on me for not letting the candle close. Patience is key. I don't want to read that one out loud, Creator. Oh, wait. I think you're saying that probably because it sleeps all the time. Yo, shout out for X. Follow Bueller. I was hyped as fuck. Yeah, I tell you guys all the time. If you guys follow me on X, let me know. What is your account? I will follow you back. I don't want to follow a bunch of random people who don't know what the hell they're talking about. I want to follow my people. I can't even load X right now. But yeah, if you're on X or Twitter, whatever the hell you call it now, and you're on there, let me know. I'll follow you back. Glad to see you in here, though. Oh, you're Sergey. Okay, yeah. I was like, I would not mess with this guy. I don't know why my YouTube on the phone and TV are different accounts. You're not the only one, Sergey, so don't think that you're weird. There are a lot of people in here who have the exact same thing. All of you will have one name on Discord, and then one name on X or Twitter, and then you'll have another name on Instagram, and then you guys will have like 2 different accounts on YouTube. I'm like, who the hell are you people? I'm over here thinking I got like 500 different views. It's like the same 100 people. Just seems like a lot more. Reviews done. Have done 1 on every trade so far this year. Will continue to do so as one of my goals for 2024. Ooh, Zeke. I like that. Good job, though, Zeke. Round of applause for Zeke, everybody. That's very disciplined, seriously. Being able to not just take trades every so often, you're not just every day or every week, but to review every single one and actually post it or to go over it yourself, just so you can kind of engrave it in yourself. But good job, Zeke. Seriously, round of applause, leading by example, man. I don't know if you can hear my claps or not, but I promise I was golf clapping. Pick one name. Oh, double the like button, yeah. Yeah. Alright, what do we got next? So you see Spy kind of took it. Ever since then, it's just been kind of awkward. Because again, does that make sense to everybody, by the way? I don't want to move on before you guys understand this. Like, you guys understand, like, when we get a large, quick move, that it does sometimes cause for a slowdown. And I don't mean, like, you shouldn't take trades during this. No, I mean, like, you should gather information during these points. Because you saw us retake a really good area. We're sitting above it with a potential higher low. And we're getting up to middle VWAP. We haven't got to previous day close. We haven't got to today's open. But we're retaking a monthly emerging candle. So they are slowly trying to give more confirmations for bulls over time. But again, you have to be bearish short term until proven otherwise. So I need to see more basing here. So right now, it's an information gathering time because of the pacing of the selling, right? It happened very quickly and a very large amount of movement. We were at 478 this morning. We went under 474 for a very, very few moments. But does that make sense to everybody? The pacing of everything? How it went down fast, and then it's like, well, hold up, let's get a breather in us real quick. It'd be the same thing if you went to go jog, well, maybe not some of you, but when you go jog around or you go run around, you know, and you're running for a while, you get tired. That's exactly how the charts are. So don't use them as times of like, oh my God, I don't want to trade at all. You can still find great trades in these areas. I'm not saying don't trade. I'm just saying you should use this to gather more information, and you'll probably end up getting a way better trade. I promise, if this low doesn't break and they just hold this and went up, we would be using this as tomorrow's demand. And then if it gets broken tomorrow, it'd be really good for shorts. It'd be really good for high probability trades. So it's good that you see this stuff. You're telling the story of this day so you can use it going into the next day. I don't get tired. I got 3 jobs. Pre-market line, or pre-market low, sorry, lines up perfectly with the bearish golden pocket from the last drop on the 5-minute, but building higher lows on the 1-minute. Giving us a little bit of both. I like that. Best of both worlds. Good looks, good looks. Thank you, Taylor, for that TA. Alexis Santana said, if NVIDIA breaks below 539, we can potentially see movement to 536 and possibly 530. Wait, where's NVIDIA? Why did it go to the 5? There we go. What did you say? 539, we can see movement 536, possibly 530. Okay, I see 539. I see 536. Where are you getting... Oh, never mind. Never mind. I'm seeing where you're getting everything. Plus 530 is just a good psychological level too. Honestly, two of those levels you posted are good looks, good looks. AMD's also still failing, so looks like you're good on that part. Trend is still down on the day. Wow, pretty big rejection of 470, 496, 475. We'll just say that to be quicker with it. Rejection of 475, also possibly breaking that short-term low they had right here. We'll see if they end up breaking today's low. Let's see what are the weights doing. We already kind of went away from that. So Apple's back up to middle VWAP, but not really retaking much on levels. Holding a good base though. There's a lot of consolidation here, and they're holding it. So, future reference, even if it doesn't happen today, we know that if this area breaks, we know a lot of pain's probably coming into that chart, and that'll also help SPY and Triple Q fall a lot more. So keep that in mind if that does break. Honestly, Microsoft's kind of giving us more indications of bearish pressure, guys. We're back under that day's open with a high and a lower high. So very bearish, and this new low is breaking. So if this does continue to flush, probably going to get a test of that low, and that's probably going to help SPY potentially break today's low or get to today's low. Does that make sense? Looks like the open is now resistance. Oh my god, B-Ferg, I am so sorry, dude. I just totally did to you what everyone does to me. I am so sorry, man. I didn't read his comment. I literally read all of them up to his comment. Then I was going through the weights. I did exactly what he just said, but he said it way before I ever thought to look at it. I am so sorry, B-Ferg. You beat me to that, though. Good stuff. You beat me to the second largest tech, or actually, the largest tech weight, moving lower. Giving us further bearish confirmation. I literally just did to you what everyone does. Hypocrite, hypocrite. Can you confirm this? I think that the mid VWAP is close or same as mid Bollinger Band line. If I remember correctly, they aren't the same because they are pulled from two different sources. This is used from today's data. Bollinger Bands are used from volatility of a certain range, I think. So we can turn it on and test it, but I don't think they are. Let's test it though. Why not? What's it gonna hurt? Add selected. Midline, we'll keep that on. We'll hide the upper and lower bands. How about that? They are pretty close. But see, this is where they go. This is where they separate from right here. This is what I'm talking about. Middle VWAP in general is only used for that day, intraday. It's not used from this day to this day. It's not doing that. Whereas Bollinger Bands is using data from multiple days. So that's why they're probably going to be a little off. But yeah, no, That's what I was thinking, is that they were two completely different data points. It looked like they were pretty similar today, though, in the drop. So maybe in some cases they're pretty close. That was a fun test, though. I don't think I've ever thought about that. You see Jordan is streaming today. Bueller stopped in for a bit earlier. No, I didn't even know. Let me go check. Is he on YouTube stream, or what are you talking about? Ah, he is. Awkward. I'm not even subscribed. Live.
What happened while we closed below?
Oh shit, I got immediate real for that. I'm gonna like it. Alright, I'll keep his in the background. I'll give him a free view. That's my boy. Yeah, for more time frames. Okay, so Leland's confirming what I just said. It is using multiple days data points instead of just that days. So that's why you're going to get a completely different looking look some days, and why on some days it might look the exact same, or at least similar. Thank you, Leland. And yeah, I'm not saying either or is better or worse, either, by the way. Nobody take that from what I just said. That's not what I said. I was about to say, I bet he's shorting. I go to his stream and he is shorting. Yeah. This is a good spot to short from. It's a good bearish retest. He's already got most of his TP and his stop loss close. That's good. You can see his levels, though. They line up pretty similar to mine. He ain't bullshitting. Good on him. I just checked them once in a while. When we are really volatile and consolidating a very tight zone, or consolidating a very tight zone. That makes sense. You're looking for the contraction confirmations. I like that. Kind of like the initial triggers of like, all right, this might be moving soon. That's good. That's smart. Finding a use for it, not just like, oh, let me use it for everything. I like that. Good call out by Beefarg, man. That really did step away from that resistance ever since his update. AMD kept going ever since Alexis updated NVIDIA. They almost got to the low of that move. Ooh, wow. Meta did really good getting down to 366. This was actually the main one I had posted yesterday. I'll show you guys on stream so you have some context here. Where am I at? Oh. Here we go. Meta. Bullish triggers above, blah, 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 blah. You guys don't want to hear that because we didn't do that. Bearish triggers below 369.70s for short-term scalps, or rejection of 372.50, break of 366. So pretty much have done that. We're at 366. I had to look to see if that was posted last night or not. There's Meta, and then in here, I didn't get to post as much because I was in here with you guys today. But Tesla was the main one I had posted the other night. Where the hell is it? Here it is. And they opened under this level, rejected away from it, went down to this level. You can see that in this screenshot. And then check this out. Wow, it actually looks like they want to go more. If that does break more and you have every other weight like we talked about, continue their confirmations to the downside, that is going to be ugly. Oh, they're still fighting 226.54. Okay, so they got down to it that one time. Ever since then, they've just held under, balancing under middle VWAP and above the next level below. And so they're kind of stuck between those two right now. Be interested to see if they get above right here where my cursor is, just because this is where they kind of made their first like halt of price. So 228.80s. Looking to see if they retake that or not. Damn, it's already 10? 90 minutes have gone by? That's crazy. Time is flying when price is moving, huh? We rejected pre-market low perfectly. Great call out by Creator Trades. People said 2 out of 2 on the day. I'm out. Love y'all. See you later, Jay. I'll message you. You probably already messaged me. Yeah. How's everyone in stream? How are you guys doing? Possible bearish continuation if they continue after the rejection of the 475 level. If they continue to reject this and push lower, definite continuation happening towards, what's the next level? 472.30s. So, pretty good sized drop could happen again. B-Ferg. Awesome, man. I bet you're having a great day. He said, I freaking love days like this. Great job, man. That's why I try to tell some of you, I'm not telling you, but just everybody in general, like, you guys really got to just slow up sometimes. You're going to have these days where price just sucks, you know? And then you're not going to be able to catch, like, setups you're used to, you know? Every day there's trading opportunity, but maybe not setups you're used to. So over time, you got to collect, you know, like, inventory on what kind of setups you're focusing on for different types of days and stuff, and what you want to limit yourself to. And then you get into the habit of just, like you just said, being limited to just doing the same thing over and over again. And then you end up having days like this, and then you just destroy it. And it's like, it's not because you're, like, untouchable. It's because you've been working your ass off. You've been preparing yourself for days like this. So that's good, man. I'm glad to hear it, B-Ferg. Shout out to you, man. Looks like a lot of people are kind of in that stage right now in chat, too, which is good. Honestly, have not traded much lately, trying to relearn and learn price action better. Going to get second course this weekend and study more. I definitely recommend if I mean, you can still get the course if you want. I'm not trying to stop you. But if you want to look at something before paying for anything else, you could just look at Workshop 11 and go through that again. I don't know if you had already done it or not. I think we had talked about it. But that is seriously like one of the best videos on my channel, and it's amazing. It talks about the levels, the entry points, the staircase method, everything. So it's really nice. Or my bad, CJ, I had to grab something. You said, yeah, I went through 11 and have gone through a lot of other info here on YouTube. Okay. Lots of help in digesting. Okay, that's what I just wanted to make sure. I don't like to try to like sell people on shit right up front. Like, yo, buy my course, buy this, buy that, buy the membership, do this, do that. Like, it's like, just shut the fuck up. Like, let me give you some free shit first, and then if you want to go more, you can. You don't have to do anything else beyond that. I hate when people act like that, though. It cringes me. I've got time today. I need to finish that outside bar video. All I see is people's killing it and talking about it. Yeah, man, go watch that shit, man. Sometimes it's a hard pill to swallow to just get it over with. Just start watching it. You'll enjoy it. It's information you're already looking at. It's just broken down more and gives you actual analysis. And like, all right, this is where you should be entering. This is what you should be not entering. Everything. In both me and Leland's inside bar and outside bar videos, we cover great examples that work. We cover ones that don't work. Now you're good, CJ. I'm glad to hear it, man. I can't wait to see you get that course. Hope you enjoy it, man. Seriously, me and Leland put our all into it. We even released it. Didn't we release it on New Year's? Wasn't it like before midnight I released it? That was pretty cool. I was gonna wait because I knew not as many people were gonna buy it or see it when I released it, but I was like, fuck it, I gotta get this out. I'm so tired of sitting on this. I was so happy to get that out. I was also even more happy to sell it for $75, where I'm not joking you. Once you go through that course, you'll realize, you'll be like, wow, people really charge like thousands of dollars for things like this. That's crazy. I typed all the quizzes myself, all the questions, all the answers. On the first course as well. First course's quiz are probably better because they're a lot longer on the basic stuff. But they were also kind of filtered through one of my friends, Tin Man, and he fixed it up to where the quizzes were like super in depth and super ready for everybody. And so those quizzes were better. But both courses, though, I mean, you can get it for less than, I mean, what is it? First course is like $250. The second one's $75. It's like, and you can get most of what's on the first course on YouTube if you're like a YouTube member. All the live trade videos are there. All the scalp trading series is there because this is where it was done, was here. You know, then it was put on there. So it's funny. Hey everyone, not feeling well again today. Just stopped by to say hi and hope you're all banking. Just started the new course. First Leland lesson is great. Loving it so far. Damn. Okay, good. Yeah, I haven't been hyping it up. I'm genuinely serious. Like when I say that Leland video you're watching is the best one, that is the best video on the internet I think I've ever seen. I'm not joking. I'm not hyping it up because it's Leland. He's my favorite in chat. I'm not hyping up because it's a good video and it's on my course. Like, I'm not joking. That is the greatest video I've ever seen. It's about strike selection. It proves to you that, and I used to be a victim to this. I bet there's really old videos of me saying that when you buy time, you're safe. And that is just such a effing lie. It's a lie. You do not have safety with time when you're day trading. Well, honestly, even with swing trades, he'll go over that in his video too. But buying time isn't as safe as you think. and it's a lie that's told across the entire market. I was honestly part of it. You know, I used to think like, oh wow, this is safe, blah blah blah, without back testing it myself. You know, just kind of trading it and thinking that I know what it feels like. You know, but then you actually see the numbers in front of you and the examples broken down in front of you, and you're like, wow. You're like, maybe I don't need to be shit talking same day traders as much. Like you'll realize the efficiency of these contracts. You know, which ones are best for your money, the biggest bang for your buck is what I'm trying to say. Let me catch up. There's a couple I missed. Outside bar, in my opinion. Oh, my bad. Beefrog said Microsoft in a battle at previous day close. I'll put it on that for a second since we've been looking at SPY. Good breakdown though, Beefrog. Ever since that lower high under here, they just went all the way down to that recent low, which is the highest probability target for that breakdown. Now we'll see if they can get some more. But that definitely helped SPY push a little bit more. I think we saw Apple weaken after they moved up. Yep, they're weakening still under middle VWAP. Good call-outs, Beefrog. Seriously, you've been on it, man. I know not everybody is the most active and everybody's busy and focused on themselves and worried about different things, but you guys are doing great. Really, really good updates. I haven't really been seeing. I have not had to get onto anybody about messaging dumb shit in here and being like, do this, do that. And everybody's doing great with their updates. Everybody's been calling out what levels are breaking, what kind of entries are happening, what invalidation points they need to be looking at for their stop losses. Everybody's been doing really well together. Then Leland said, outside bar, in my opinion, is probably the most complex pattern to grasp, but once you do it, it will change your whole view of how the market moves. Yeah, you guys will start seeing what me and Leland talk about with failed 40% entries, the best bullish trade being a failed bearish trade, vice versa. You'll see it when you see that video. Yes, sir, I went over the inside bar video twice, got halfway through outside bar, and got sidetracked and haven't had a chance to revisit. It's happening today, though. Good, 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 good. Got a plan to watch it. That's what I like to see. Zeke saying, hope you feel better, Shadow. I hope that as well. One of the reasons I'm a follower is because you push your free stuff 100 times more than your purchase. Yeah, I'm a really horrible marketer. Like, there's some people on X that I've always said are really toxic, but are really, really good at marketing. Like, I wish I was as good as marketing as some of those guys, but not as toxic. But then I started realizing, like, you almost have to be toxic to be good at marketing. Like, I know this sounds weird, but, like, people like being talked shit to. They like feeling passion towards something, or feeling energy towards something, or feeling connected to something. Like, they like feeling like, oh, this guy's talking shit about being broke on the internet. Like, I don't want to be broke anymore. I want to be rich, blah, blah, blah. And then you get hyped up, you get passionate, and then you're like, I'm going to go follow this guy. I'm going to go join him. I'm going to go invest into this guy's lifestyle, blah, blah, blah. And that's how it works. And it happens to so many big traders around. And it's funny, because then those guys, you realize, like, they're not even really trading that much. Which I guess is cool. It's whatever they want to do. Any particular reason you threw VWAP on your chart today? It's just something I began with, honestly. I started with middle VWAP. I never watched the outer lines of VWAP. I always focus on middle VWAP. And then I used to use it back in the day a lot heavily, and it's just something lazily that you can throw on to just kind of remind you, hey, be bearish, be bullish, you know, look for higher lows, look for lower highs. That's what I see when I see this. You know, I see, this is how you see the levels. You know, when you start over yesterday high supply, I need to see something build here, and then I can be bullish, right? And it's the same thing with middle VWAP. You know, so I just see it as a lazy indicator that you can throw on that's super effective. So it's just something I wanted to throw on, but it's not my entire focus. The levels are always going to be my main focus, as well as the supply and demand from previous day. These are always going to be the most important thing to me in the order of them. But it's just something else you can throw on there just to give you an extra confirmation. That's all it should really be used for. But yeah, I was actually looking at old screenshots. It's funny you asked that. I was looking at really old screenshots. It's on my birthday in 2019 in the chat, so like just over 4 years ago. There's a screenshot of me going over middle VWAP with a couple people from chat. It was pretty funny. It was the exact explanation I just gave you. You know, I'm looking for up and down under it, just as like a lazy thing to look at on the side. I was like, damn, man. I'm looking at this stuff for a long time. But yeah, you're right though. You have not seen it on my chart. I have not used it in probably 3 years. But and then I think I talked to Champions Vibe, and he talked about it for a little bit, and I talked to a couple other guys about it. It was like, all right, so I mean, it's a widely used thing by big money, so it's not completely useless. I had no clue about that in the beginning. I always just used the 9 EMA or the 9 MA or the middle VWAP. Those are the only three I think I've ever actually enjoyed looking at on whatever time frame, because those three are actually very effective for those same day looks. And the 9 EMA, 9 EMA is just, I don't know, they're strong. They're probably the strongest short-term average line. It's just such a good short-term indicator. By the way, guys, we have a new low of day on SPY. Looks like Microsoft is continuing the pain. It looks like Apple is continuing to reject off of that middle VWAP and head back towards the low of day after giving us many bearish confirmations to the downside this morning. AMD falling through the floor. Nvidia possibly giving up the low. We'll see here in a second. Damn, SPY is just still going. When does PCE come out? It's normally at the end of each session or whatever, so it should be January. Wait, let me check my calendar. Yeah, it's the last Friday, so it should be the 26th, I think. Here, let me... I don't know why I even asked. Let me just Google it. When is the PCE released? The PCE released monthly, and the BEA's personal come out release report. The next person... January 26th. Okay, I was on it. The current release is December 22nd, and the next one is January 26th. Okay. Damn, I was on that. That's what I get for looking at this shit for so long. When you hear PCE, CPI, PPI, jobs report this much, man, it makes you want to go crazy. Really good talks today. I really didn't have to update much more. You guys did a lot of the heavy lifting after we did the initial alerts. We talked about us trying to hold but being awkward. Then we talked about the breakdown. 3 different confirmations popping up. We had a 4th pop up. Good retest rejection on the 5-minute and the 1-minute. A better rejection here after more time went by. Rejecting a monthly emerging candle. And now making a new low of day headed towards a very, very good halfway point level. Again, that goes from this level to this level. And this is the halfway point of that range. 470, 230. Which I pretty much said it is going to hit this if we keep rejecting these levels like this. We keep breaking under 475. We break under this. We're definitely going to here, and here we are. So good job if anybody ended up getting into plays and out of plays already. I'm proud of you. I'm never going to take that credit away from you. I'm glad if you caught that on your own. But show of hands, who all caught a trade today, regardless of being right or wrong? How was it? How did you feel? Show of hands. Who all took trades and how did it feel? Did it feel like you were guessing? Did it feel like you were focused and on task? Did you feel like you were kind of like, you're just kind of all over the place? Did you feel like you were scared? Did you feel like you were hesitant? Because, guys, if you were hesitant on a day like today, you definitely need to do some review. Because today was definitely very clean and very straightforward. These are not days you get all the time. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, the reason it's happening today, and it's probably going to have another great day tomorrow, is because of the fear. Everybody's scared to trade on days where they know news is coming out. But that news doesn't come out for 24 hours all day long. It comes out once, and then we trade off of that. We go off initial momentum, and that's it. Bam, that's it. Trade the levels. So why get scared of news if the news is only going to come out for that moment, right? I'm not going to sit here and let news that comes out one time in the day hold me down all day long. That just doesn't make any sense. So don't let that scare you. Let's see what y'all said, though. What is Poots asking for a friend? Story to tell in post charts. I'll check it out here in a second, Julian. Clear setups, all bangers. I took a call into the open, lost. You had Poots, Alexa show of hands. Beeferg said, awesome. Had some big winners today based on my levels. I have been watching for a while. That's what I like to hear right there. Me, felt great, on task, no hesitation. Great. First live trades in a while, both were very clear. Played Spy, Roku, and Beyond Puts. I haven't heard that in a while. Felt confident in all of the trades. Only one trade, felt focused, levels don't lie. Nope, you're good. Sherman, you're good. Nobody, I didn't call it an H pattern. You know me. I'm just going to lazily call everything a retest. But yes, you do have an H pattern there. Good looks. I also don't know how many people here call it that, so I try not to. But no, that is right. I love my entry. Cut on that large wick at 10:10 Eastern Standard Time and missed all the action. We'll review and reassess. I love my entry. Cut on that large wick. At 10:10. Oh, wait. Maybe he means 9:10 my time. Oh yeah, he did say Eastern Standard Time. I'm blind. I think I even said it and missed all the action. So you got into new shorts right here. I'm just asking because Matthew, if you did, you're not the only one. Other people did this. But let me know. Is this where you entered? I'm actually just curious. That one interests me the most now. No, sir. So you cut here. What was your entry then? I loved my entry. I want to see this loved entry. I'm not here to judge either or criticize. We're just going to go over it. I entered 1025 right at 474. Oh. I think I'm starting to put the picture together now. Okay, I was gonna say I want to get onto you over here, but that's not what you did. Yeah, let me go there. You're right. Let me go to post charts real quick because Julian did tag me first. What the? I didn't end stream. We're still live. What is he talking about? Let's see what Julian's got here. Hey, what you know. Draw your previous day zones. Couldn't break previous day high. Flush down. Fibra trace. Oh my god, I love how he's posting this. It looks like spam, but he's really just saying like one after another, like what's happening next. Golden pocket back down. Love 1000% to start this morning. Lovely SPX. What? What? I don't know what emoji to even put here. I'm putting that one. I read the word faith as I hear my dog bitching in the background. Her name is Faith. Held because my conviction and because faith and BB and that long wiki. Look at that. Patient with your winners, impatient with your losers. He's preaching it. Other rule, if it gives it to you a second time, take it and run. My God, dude. He literally took the whole move. Yeah, like you said, roughly a 16. What the? Oh, on SPX. I just call them points, but yeah, no, it's the same thing. Oh, dude, Julian, what the F? He just made a bag on that trade. That's why I'm just so lost on that. Julian, are you still here in stream? I think he thought I closed the stream. Oh, my bad. We're going to results and review. Jesus Christ, that was supposed to be like the whole point. Jump to present. I'm up way too high up there. Jesus, Mel. Alright, just making sure. We wicked over it and closed under, which I did end up holding through, not part of plan. I like that you said that. I feel like not enough people talk about what they planned beforehand and what they didn't, and then they just like, oh, my trade sucked. It's like, no, you literally didn't plan any of that. But as we started coming back down, I was happy to cut for a smaller loss. In reality, I should not have cut here, but got shaken out and lost sight of my plan. Oh, the halfway. Oh, I see what you. Oh, you have your colors on differently. Okay. Oh, it's your drawdown fib. I see it now. Never mind. You don't have it wrong. Oh, your colors are weird. You have the halfway golden, and then you have this one orange. Golden, it's yellow. Honestly, I think you just got in, like, I don't want to say early, but I feel like you didn't give it enough info. Like, there is a lot of bearish pressure here, but there's nothing like pulling away from it. Whereas this one did pull away. I don't know. I do like your entry. I do like it because there is actually something there. But I agree with you. I think you just kind of got shaken out of your plan. But honestly, excellent analysis of your own review. I've never seen such awareness. Look at this. He said, in reality, I should not have cut here, but got shaken out and lost sight of my plan. Like, I feel like I'm reading a username trading review. This is exactly how he reviews. He'll always go over, all right, this is what I planned. This is what I did. This is how much I was up or down. And then he'll talk about, like, other points that, like, you would never think about. And this is exactly one of those. You know, talking about, all right, how well did I stick to my plan? And then a review of yourself, like, from the outside perspective. Like, all right, I think I just got scared. Or, oh, I cut because I didn't like this or that. Or I did this. You know, and then making note of that, because then you'll start to do it a lot less, because now you're aware of it. It's like getting hit in the back of the head, but you don't know you're getting hit because you're blind. It's like there's no way of stopping that. But if you can, like, somewhat open your eyes and you start, oh, I'm getting hit in the back of the head. Let me start moving away. You know, that's exactly what you're doing. You're actually becoming aware of what's hitting you. I know that was a horrible example, but you got what I meant. Looks like a lot of those similar trades in here right now. Entered during after hours yesterday. Oh, on Mara. Damn, nice. Oh, wow, they brought that down heavy. Selling tops. That's funny. Did you? He did. He copied my message from here and put it in his review. What a genius. Oh, I'm looking right at it. Let's see. So you got that. As of the open, we bearish. Dude, I'm so happy somebody did this. I'm so proud of you. Oh my god, you got in at the right time. You got in right before the train went away. Right into that low, too. Nice, you got your arrows just to kind of remind you. Alright, hey, it's probably pressure here. It's probably pressure here if it does that. Probably pressure if it does this. Good, kind of keeping yourself aware. Damn, dividend. This is a really nice trade review. I'm not just saying that because he's got the trade plan on there, but like everything he wrote here, it's just straight to the point. Hey, this is what happened. Giving you exactly what you need to read to try to recreate this trade if you wanted. In the outside bar, we trust, respect. Buy the dip entry, double dipped on it, but I took calls when I saw it holding that. That is a risky buy the dip because we're under the open and we're under a lot of really good bearish confirmations, but I can't down you because you did go for the right look. You were looking for a higher low and then you tried to sell into the high, and you did get out of one at the high, so that was good. You tried to, get out of some of your pain there. All out for 0.39. Okay. And you didn't let the second one hurt you. I guess you can't really beat yourself up for that one. So you didn't get great continuation or follow through, but I'm very proud of you for not letting that flip red on you and then probably making the rest of that trade flip red, because that would have probably pissed you off more than actually losing. One win, one loss. Win was larger than the loss. Green on the day now, likely done trading for today. SPY 477 call, 1 DTE, 5-minute pin bar off of the previous day close. Looking for fall through in a higher low before it closed yesterday. Okay, so he was buying calls here and he was like, and then it went down. That's a reasonable plan. It makes sense. Now, it was under a bunch of things. This is just kind of like the other one, but I like where he was going for. He's going for a high probability play, looking for a bullish pattern at a bullish part of the chart. And it just didn't get any follow through. It ended up failing, so whatever. Didn't marry it. Didn't let that first trade make him, right? He didn't let that get to him. So let's see what he did on his second trade here. Entry for SPY 475, call 1 DTE, inverted hammer off of major support zone I have. Microsoft filled its gap, which was what caused that final leg down the indexes. He's right on that one. First scale out was here at the candle close. Okay, so he just really trusted what he had in front of him again, and he didn't let this get to him. Ends up doing it down here, gets a better buy. First scale out here at the candle close, beautiful, because yeah, you can't ignore the massive pump that you just got, because even if this does go up again, it might not be as much as it was here because of how fast this was moving up. So great job on that. Final scale out here into a key area I had from yesterday. Beautiful job. So not just blindly marrying this trade and going, I'm going to hold this to the moon. He knows that it's under resistance now, and he knows that he has to take profit until he sees more on this chart. Great job, Zeke. Great job. And that really does speak a lot about your character. Deuce. Shout out to Deuce. He's been making music on X and Twitter, and he's got some football highlights that are pretty badass. 80% entry and a lower high. Beautiful. It is. And and he marks the 40% just to kind of remind him. And honestly, this might be more than a 40%. Remember, when you get a breakdown and a retest and then a further breakdown, this isn't like a normal open range breakout, as the first one, because this was to initiate everything, right? We know we're bearish now. We've gotten our bearish retest. We're making a new low. This can be seen as a lot higher than 40% probability. Sometimes I lazily call this the 60% entry because it's an open range after a retest. So it's a little bit more than just if it was a retest by itself, or an open range by itself, sorry. But beautiful job marking that. And then instead of just grabbing more plays, what does Deuce do? Goes into mental trades because he doesn't want to overtrade. Great job. Very big discipline on that. Very nice. Mental put on another retest. He sees that we're in a downtrend. He sees we're up to another level after some buying has been done. And then what does he do? He sells into the next level he has below, which probably could have sold into this support because we didn't know it was going to break that, but it seems like the pacing of everything forced him to sell at that next level. So great job, Deuce. Very, very nice. Some forced profits there. Like the IB, the answer on the break was a little premature, but I had faith in the level because the was pulled back. It's kind of remind me of Zeke's other trade. The first one he did. Actually, yeah, y'all are actually. This is the same trade. Oh, you're looking at that candle. Okay, so I guess there is one piece of constructive criticism I can give to both Timmy, Zeke, and honestly anybody who just saw it this way, because I do this sometimes too. I think I did it literally last week with you guys. Is order of operations. You know, we broke under good levels. We're on, and I'm using your indicators, but we broke under 2 great indicators here. Pushed under more levels. You know, we're under previous day close. I don't think it's fair that we should be looking for calls yet. I don't think it's fair, right? Now, you did get good confirmations. Like, if you isolate this by itself, you are correct. But when you add the whole picture into it, then you're like, well, I don't know if I should have been doing that, you know? And even in your other indicators, you're saying, like, hey, you're under these average lines, you know? So I'm not saying you guys are wrong. No, these are good setups. What you did here is perfect. But it's just at the wrong part of the chart, if you know what I mean. Like, if this had been up here above previous day close still, or even above today's open, you know, then I'd be totally fine with this. But we're not. We're going down. And I'm not saying that because we went down more afterwards. I'm saying that because we had confirmations. We went under today's open after failing to hold this new high. You went under your indications here, indicators. You went under the previous day supply. You went under the next level. You went under the previous day close. So you have bearish confirmations here. You know, it's not just about what happened after. I'm literally talking about the pre-context, what happened beforehand. So order of operations, you know, just trying to do the right thing in the right order. But it looks like you'll do the exact same thing, though. But like I said, when you isolate it, when you isolate just your trade and just that first part, yeah, you are right. You are right. That's great. That's exactly how you're supposed to be looking at it. But then you add that pre-context and you see what happened beforehand. You're like, maybe I shouldn't have been doing that yet. Or maybe you should have waited for more confirmation. But either way, neither of you let this go and be dumb. Neither of you let this go and just continue to cut you. And that's something y'all should be very proud of, because that is a very big mistake that's very hard for a lot of people to get over. Even some of your best traders still deal with this. But being able to take a play and then not marrying it, cutting it, understanding, hey, this is a loss. I'm out of this. I'm done. I don't care if it comes back up. I'm out of this. It's a loss. I'm going to move on. I'm going to review this, and then I'm going to try to find another, or I'm just going to enjoy the rest of my day and find something tomorrow. But great job, seriously. I'm glad both of you posted it that way too, where you can easily see y'all didn't just marry your trade. You let it go, and then you're like, all right, whatever, I got to cut. And it doesn't look like either of you are too hurt from it either, so good to see you guys have some resiliency too. Easy took Poots a SPY cross below 475 on good volume, exits at 10 and 50%. Beautiful job, Sherman. One of long-term members in here. I don't really call him a member, but he's a good friend in here. Sherman kicks ass. You'll see him in here in the streams every day. What? Santana! What are you doing, Alexis? 410%? Dear Lord. Huge gain here. I know it doesn't look like it because of the numbers, but 16, 17, 1700, that's isn't that 50%? I believe that's 50% on the dot. Jay every day with this dude. You just posting gains like this every day. Alexis with multiple trades, man. You're on fire. I don't want to ever see anybody say they don't have time or they can't focus because they're not in the right spot. Like, this man here drives around all day. I don't want to hear any excuses. I don't want to hear any of that lazy talk. Good job, Alexis. Whoa. Wow. For profit, are you in stream? Yes, Julian, I did. You were the first one that I looked at because you called me out. You were like, you just ended stream, but I didn't end stream. So I went over yours first. For profit, are you in stream? I gotta see you, man. No, you're not stupid, Julian. You're probably just excited, to be honest. I mean, let's both be honest here. That was pretty effing impressive. But yeah, if you go back a couple minutes, you'll see me going over your stuff. I don't think for profit's here. But Jesus, that is a win, honestly. When he was down over 1K on Mara, the crypto play, and then I'm assuming he day trades SPX, and then he ended up making it all back. Lost 2 on UPST, but honestly, only down 14 after taking such a hefty loss and then moving on and taking such a big win. That's pretty big resiliency. It's funny that we said resiliency right as I say that, and then you see a huge recovery by for profit. Alright, sorry guys. Y'all probably tired of staring at Discord. Some of you probably aren't even on Discord and you're like, what are we even looking at? But all we did was just dip since then, so I thought that would be a perfect time to start talking a lot more. So we'll see. Do we end up getting... What kind of retest do we get? So we had a break of this support. Went down to here. And they gave us a midterm retest so far. So now we'll see. Do they maintain this rejection and give us new lows? Do they base out and slow down? Do they retake? There's only so many things they can do. Oh, that was a lot of Discord. Let's see what you guys are saying here in YouTube stream now. What y'all saying in here? Really good updates in the trade floor still. Mel's in there, People's Train, Jay's in there, Kai, Leland, Jacko, Noxta. There's a lot of people updating there right now. D-Touch, Eric. Can't even name everybody. Really, really good updates in there, though. I highly recommend at least joining the Discord, guys. You can join it for free and just watch the trade floor. The trade floor by itself is amazing. And I'm about to flip the Discord into like a paid only thing. Like if you're in there and you're free, I'm going to pretty much make it to where you can't type anywhere because I am so tired of the spam accounts, the extra accounts joining in. There's just no point. So, but I'm not joking though. There's going to be an amazing amount of, I mean, there already is an amazing amount of posts in there. So if you are someone who's looking just for updates and just extra information and not really with too much bias, I generally would just join the Discord just to watch the trade floor. Good looks, Matthew. Good looks. I like that you went back, you saw where is it from, and then you're kind of telling the story of the chart, seeing that it is trying to hold as supply now, not demand. Good looks. Wow, coin is taking a hit. These levels, by the way, guys, I should have probably moved it over. But these are the levels from the inside bar the other day. Leland had been posting this for a couple days, and I wanted everyone to be focused on it. And the end of the day yesterday, we ended up getting a confirmation outside of it, just a little after 1. And they ended up hitting the very first target at 185.88. So they got one really nice move over the course of 25 minutes. But it was really cool that they went straight from our plan. It just happened a lot later. Also came from a lot of basing, which they're still holding to this minute. Looks like Apple's still holding that level that could make things a lot bloodier for the market. Thank you for the stream, B. I gotta get going. See you later, Dividend. It was good having you, man. Thank you again. And great growth today, seriously. Gotta head out. Have a good day, y'all. You as well, Zeke. Julian, did you happen to go back and see the review yet, or no? He might be busy as well. And there's Mel. There's my boy. He said, okay, now posted all my trades in and out. Nice, Mel. I'm proud of you. Keep it up. That what? Yeah, because Julian, I'm not gonna lie, I was looking at it and I don't try to read ahead of the messages because I don't like to like I don't know. I don't even know what to call that. I don't want to like spoil it for myself, I guess. And then so I was reading it like line by line, trying my best. And then I saw the line that said, you know, 1 blank 00 to 1 0 blank 00, and it's like, wait. So he had a contract go like literally 1,000%. Like that's the only way that happens. Seriously though, kick ass, Julian. That is insane. You deserve those gains though, man. Your storytelling too, I like that. I like that you're literally, it felt like I was reading my own messages for a second. Like it felt like if I typed out everything from stream, or if I typed out everything from like our thoughts and like everybody in chat's thoughts, like that's what that would look like, is that storytelling you just did. And I'm seriously proud of you. All credit goes to you, man. I'm sure you're on some euphoric highs right now. Make sure, and this is something I tell all of you guys when you guys are succeeding and you guys are doing great for a couple days in a row and you're getting consistent, you're getting a lot better and just growing over time, really. It's natural. It's natural that you guys are getting these results, so do not get ahead of yourself. You're going to get more of these results, most likely. But don't get ahead of yourself. You know, stay on top of yourself. Keep the pressure on. He said, "Thank you. I swear it helps so much talking to yourself." It does, dude. It does. It sounds crazy saying it, but man, it really does help you. Like if you just talk to yourself, storytelling. Like it sounds weird, but it does help. Great job, Julian. I'm happy to see you, man. Happy to see you killing it. Happy to see you going through it all. I won't let off the gas. I like to hear it, Dividend. Triple Q hit low of day, 404, 404.26. How bad, Chuck? Yeah, they did. Good looks. Are they making a fake low? Hit our level and then pump? God, the levels are playing out so well today. I don't know why I'm so surprised, but it's just this move is so nice. Man, that tweet I put out the other day is killing it. Did y'all see that one? I didn't even notice. Somebody like messaged me, was like, "Yo, your tweet's on like my page again." Blah blah blah. It's like, stop jumping around from strategy to strategy. You don't grow because you don't give yourself a chance. Stick with one system and strategy and build a routine around it, like we talk about. Over time, you will grow, not in one trade, not because of some miracle strategy that helped you a few times. It's cool to learn more, but you have no room to say you want to learn more if you haven't even got down your current routine. Give yourself a consistent routine, and over time, your rough edges will smooth out. Of course, not all the time, but it's the goal. What am I looking at?
Thanks for doing this. I've been tuning into the spaces for over a year, but so much easier to get what you're saying by watching the market chart. Yeah, bro. 100%. Shit's a lot easier when you can actually see my screen and understand what the hell I'm talking about without having to match it up.
Facts.
Just hearing my voice, you know.
Facts.
Here's a dip. Watch for the higher lows.
Sorry guys, I'm watching my other friend stream too, because he's not new to YouTube, but he's starting to do YouTube streams. He's someone who took the BB course, and he's super fucking awesome. So I've been trying a little something. I'll post a pic so you can see. Off to work, love my BB community, stay safe all. Stay safe, Green. See you later, Adam. 5-minute OB, Good Eye by Timmy. Where am I looking, Julian? Oh, you haven't done it yet. All right. Let me know when you want me to look. Yo, guys, insane jobs on the likes today. Y'all basically matched the viewer count. That's crazy. And we had over 230 people joining here today. That's crazy. It looks like the bearish retest is still holding, everybody. We'll see if they end up making a new low or not. I love how supportive you are of all your community, especially those that take the leap of creating YouTube channels and doing what you're doing. Oh, I fucking love it. Now, what I don't like is when they do it and try to take away from what I'm doing, because a lot of them will make channels and make Discords, and then they'll try to invite people from my literal group. There's people who are doing it literally right now. There's people who call me a friend and will try to take away from the chat, and it's hilarious. But I am cool with people doing their own thing. Like, if you go out there and you make something of yourself and you go make your own thing, that's awesome. I'm proud of you. I'm going to do nothing but support you. Also, this one, I didn't even know that he had my course. I'm not going to name names, but there's a lot of people who've definitely taken my course and taken info from it, and then resold it for thousands of dollars. But Ace the Kid, Champions Vibe, all these guys, you know, well, Ace the Kid's the one I'm talking about, but he's the one who had the course in the beginning, and it's crazy because he went out, he uses the information for his own, and then he just kind of works off of it, and then built his own, you know, shit, basically. He has tons of people that join his Twitter spaces, and you guys know me, I hate joining Twitter, so I probably won't be in those, but his Twitter spaces get thousands of people, you know, so it's crazy. And then he can come to YouTube now, and he can do whatever he wants, and he preaches the good word. Here, wait, I'll literally show you the tweet he sent today. I think it's in my likes. Like, look at my follower count. I mean, I got a good follower count, but it's not as crazy as some of these other guys, right? Like this guy here, Jordan, Ace, over 50k followers. He has no need to shout me out or say my name at all. He doesn't have to say that shit. He doesn't get any gain out of it, but he still does. He still shouts out tons of people every single day, talks about it, and see, his course was the first course I ever took, and it is still the basis of my trading. Like right there, he didn't have to do any of that shit. He didn't have to shout me out at all, and he did. And like that right there, that's why I support other people, because sometimes you get something like that. You'll get some dude who has 10 times my followers shouting me out. Like, that's crazy. Never could I have guessed that before it happened. And there's so many examples like that. And so shout out to him. He's one of those guys that I like to support. Him and Champions Vibe. Those two dudes are pretty cool. Zeke's cool. But yeah, I love supporting others when it's in the right place. That's dirty. You're always going to have those apples, but continue to be you. You're a great teacher and inspiration. Thank you, Steph. Thank you. I appreciate you. Exactly. Ace is ace. What do you think of RSI or MACD, Bueller? I just think they have their certain uses. I don't have any hate towards them. RSI is for overbought and oversold movements. I don't like that most people use the vanilla settings of RSI. If you turn on RSI, a lot of people will click this and then just leave it right there, and that's it. But in my opinion, there's a lot of different settings you can use. Personally, I think if you use RSI, you should be using 80/20, because this gives you the extremities of what you're looking at. And I think I saw a couple of my friends that I've been making recently say the same point. So now I know I'm not crazy when I say this, but when you see this gives you the extremities. So I think it's great, but I think it needs to be used in certain time frames. I personally don't think it needs to be used for taking day trades. If you're using RSI for day trades, you're going to get very late information. There's way better ways of finding an overbought or oversold move. You could look at market maker expected ranges. You could literally use standard deviations. You could use fibs. You could even just use logic and say, well, it's moved $7 down. Yeah, maybe I'll chill for the day. You know, so for day trades, it's really hard to use. RSI on the bigger time frames can be very helpful, though. Especially when you close that Wilder's data number. I think it was 14. I think if you change that to 4, I think it's very short-term and very accurate. MACD is great as well. I think MACD also has its uses, just like I said with RSI. Personally, just like smaller time frames, I don't like it. But personally, that's just me. You know, it's just not my personal preference. Other people have used it and have found great advantages to using it. One thing I do like about it, and I still have these messages pinned in Discord on TradeFloor for this exact reason. I was actually just looking at this last night. But if you go to the very bottom of the pinned messages on TradeFloor, I actually left these here on purpose because I just think they're very interesting, and I think they're right. But you can see my friend Jason. This is probably one of the most successful traders I've ever met in my life, and he's very, very intelligent, very, very awesome. And he talked about this in the very beginning. You can see this all the way back in 2020. But hidden divergences and regular divergences, you know, just seeing, oh, there's a higher low, because I like looking at higher lows. I like looking at lows, highs, lower highs, higher lows. I like navigating trend. That's what I like, and that's what's in this. You know, so if you end up finding a lower low on MACD and you get this higher high, you have a hidden bullish divergence. There's a very explosive move possibly about to happen from here, and then you see it on the chart. You know, now it's also a little bit of a lagging indicator, but every indicator is to some extent. Yeah, this stuff is pretty strong. I mean, I don't have any hate towards it. I just don't use it. Personally, it's just not part of my system. That's kind of my opinion on most indicators too, is that most indicators have their use, have their different, you know, advantages and disadvantages. Like some of them, it's too much to look at, but it's very strong information, so it takes you a second to kind of take it in. And then some indicator sets are simple and you could read it in a second, but it's not as strong, you know. And then there's other ones that are just meant for one thing. I don't know, there's tons of indicator types. Going for days about that. But what about you, Ryan? What's your personal take on it? Do you like to use them? Do you not like to use them? Have to jet guys, duty calls. Much love, everyone. See you later, Alexis. See you later, dog. I don't have any respect to this kind of people. Copy you, then do this. How you felt if Mel did that? I will never think of doing... Oh, okay. I know I got you in my corner, Mel. I ain't worried about you. I know that you're loyal. I know that you're trustworthy. I appreciate you, Mel. Thank you for saying that. It's people like you, people like Leland, people like Eric, people like Jack, people like Timmy, people like Julian, people like Dividend. It's people like you guys that make it worth it. Those people could never outweigh the positivity you guys provide. Answered the question perfectly. I've liked using them for bigger time frames on week to month option trades. Oh, okay. I could see that. See, that makes a lot more sense to me, using it in like a slower paced environment, because you know that it's going to be slow, so lagging indicators are just irrelevant at that point. Like the point that it's lagging is irrelevant. The indicator itself is probably very strong in that. For that use is what I'm saying. I'm trying to word that correctly. Crypto Green just subscribed a few minutes ago. Glad to have you, man. Anything you're personally looking at? I learned from you and will always give it back 3 times of what I got. I appreciate you, Mel. I know you will. You already have, man. You already have. You've already paid back 10 times full, man. You joined into chat. You straight up. I remember we had that issue. I'm not going to name names, but you had that issue with the different chat. And then I was like, I got to give Mel lifetime for free. Like, this dude is going through so much shit. Like, he just needs to get started. And I remember I hooked him up because he was going through so much. Like, it was like... Not just in life. I'm talking about like other Discords, other Twitters. Like he was going through a lot, and I could tell that it was just like he was someone who just wanted to trade. Like it wasn't like he wanted to deal with all the extra bullshit, all the drama. Like he just wants to trade. He just wants a strategy. He just wants to get into this. And I could tell. I was like, all right, let's just hook this guy up and see what he does. And look at him now. Mel's one of the most active, engaged, profitable traders in all of chat, and it's crazy. I'm glad I took that risk. I'm glad I took that chance on somebody like Mel. Because it was a risk. I didn't have to message him. I didn't have to pretend to give a shit. I didn't have to be like, hey, man, this and that. But in short, he paid money to a different chat. Thought it was mine. It wasn't. They didn't refund. So I said, you know what? You can just have mine for free. Because that was weird. But I'm glad I took that chance, Mel. I do it. I do it again. I do it again. I want calls right here, holding the lower high and after the higher high. The only thing that's kind of scaring me is that fib, but I do like the basing that you have here. I know I don't have the bullish fib drawn here either, Timmy, so it's kind of biased for me to say that. But you are right. We did have a higher high pop up for a second, and we are still holding that base. So Timmy is correct. Buying pressure can pick up from here, and we can see retakes of levels soon. If we see a pop under 472.50, 472.34, we are definitely going to continue lower. But good. This is probably the best basing we've seen all day, though. Timmy's correct. I don't even like trading. I just like hearing Josh say my name. Shut up. Wacko Jacko. Just wanted your take on smaller time frames since I'm more new to this stuff. Oh, okay. Yeah, I just really don't use indicators on the smaller time frames a whole lot. I'm very hesitant on them because I feel like they distract me too much personally. That's just how I am. You might be different, though. You might have 100 indicators in front of you. Next thing you know, you're sniping trades left and right, so who knows. Backtest, backtest, backtest. Review, review, review. And you'll ask Mel, too. Like, that's... Everyone's always like, Mel's succeeding so quickly. Like, it's because he mental reps so effing much. Like, when he's not trading, he's trading in his head. On the weekends, when the market's closed, he's still trading. He's still visualizing. Still looking at, all right, what are the opportunities I need to be aiming for? And then limits himself to them. That's what all the better traders will do. I was taught by another... Oh, wait, still recovering. I was taught by another trader to use RSI MACD on long time frames to use for swings, but the price action levels also have to be there. Won't name names. Think used to / our friends. Oh, I mean, yeah. It's really, like I said, it's personal preference. And thank you guys for not naming names. I'm not trying to get into drama or fights with anybody either. I'm just trying to be friends with everybody and do what I want to do. I also asked because we're having divergence in the 5-minute RSI. Well, if divergence is your thing, man, limit yourself to it. Practice it. The same thing I talk about with levels and zones. Like, if that's something you want to pursue using more, that's how you need to apply it. You need to build a routine around it. But that's interesting. I'm assuming you mean like a bullish divergence here, where you have like a high and then it's moving lower on your MACD, but right here it's not. It's holding higher. So it looks like it does want to move higher. I'm assuming is what you're saying. Yeah, bullish. Okay. No, you're good. I was trying to picture it in my head, really. What do you think of using the TDI indicator? What is the TDI indicator? Is that on here? I'm clearly not aware of it. I'm sorry, how did I type in TDI and this pops up? Where in this does Oh, I guess there is a TDI right there. Crypto Green, what is the TDI indicator? Is he about to troll me? One day we're going to do a stream on Twitch and we're going to listen to good music, I swear. Mel, we use that. We use our aggression. We use our aggression and depression to fuel our progression. You know what I'm saying? Yo, I'm really interested in this TDI indicator now. Is that the Volkswagen TDI? Is that the 50% retracement? Let me turn it back on. That is scary accurate. And then you said the 50% retracement was there. Oops. Of the current day? Okay, yeah, you are on it. Good eye, good eye. Alright, you're ahead of me, I like it. You can see lately too, I've been trying to use as the least amount of levels as I can, so I can make it as simple as I can. Traders Dynamic Index. Is that on Thinkorswim, or is this something that's on I almost said the same thing twice. Or is this on TradingView, Crypto Green? If it's on TradingView, I personally probably won't have access to it. But let me see if it's on here. Thinkorswim might not have it. Oh, it's on MetaTrader 4. Okay, which is... Yeah, I don't have that. Let's see. Let me look it up what it is, though. Oh, it is here. Traders Dynamic Index is a technical analysis indicator that combines trend analysis, momentum, and volatility elements to help traders and investors evaluate. No shit. Can I get an actual breakdown of what this is? Okay, here we go. The TDI is made up of the RSI signal line, Bollinger Bands of the RSI, adjusted horizontal overbought oversold levels, RSI's moving averages. Okay, so honestly, this looks like, just from first view, this looks like a combination of not just moving averages, but also RSI and different MACD lines in one. It's not just one line, by the way. There's like an array of lines. It's like you have Bollinger Bands, the Bollinger Band middle, and then it's like you have two EMAs lined up in there, but one of them is the MACD, or both is the... It looks just straight up like Bollinger Bands mixed with MACD mixed with RSI. That's what it looks like. Like, here, I could recreate this on my screen right now. Let's see what it looks like. Let's do a new one. Ha ha ha. Wait, ha 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 ha. Delete that. This is what this indicator looks like. How's the sound we're listening to? Okay, maybe not RSI's mixed in, but they have RSI mixed into one of these two. It's probably RSI MACD. But that's what this indicator you're asking me looks like. So what I'm going to say to you is that it just looks like a routine. Like, it's essentially what I have set up. Delete all this crap. So we follow levels in here, and we follow zones, we follow supply demand, and it's just a combination of things, really. And that's what you have with that indicator set, is a combination of different things that give you different indications. But what you're looking for are trades beyond those indications. So if you have like a bunch of lines over it and it looks like you're breaking over, it looks like you're looking for some bullish continuation. You could target whatever the next level is, and vice versa to the downside. And it looks like if you're contracting or stuck inside, you try to stay away from taking riskier trades because, of course, it could be very 50-50 like. But I don't know what that indicator is, so I'm not going to talk much more on it. But just speaking from a vanilla point of view, it's pretty normal to see something like that, where it's like a series of things together. Yo, what's up, Mojo? I've been seeing you on Twitter a bunch lately, man. How you doing? How are you feeling? Always happy to see you on there. You've been asking some really good questions. I've been happy to check them out. Oh, my bad, Julian, my bad. I totally said I'd check it, and then I didn't. So here's the SPX chart. Here's the options chart, okay? Giving us just a starting point. I like it. Mwahahaha again. Okay, so let's see. So of the move up, you like that it retook that area.
I like that you're tracking the chart with a contract, so you have like a good realistic view of how this actually works. Because some people will think like, oh, I buy here and I sell here, I'll make a $600, right? No, maybe not. Depends what option you're buying. And you can start getting used to that more. I hope he's got more for me. This is very smart though, being able to go back over this. To better gauge entries. And exits too, because then you'll start to realize like you don't really care about, oh, I'm up 15-20%. It's like, no, you're up this much, sell here because you're at your target. But also giving you that realistic view of how much you're actually making and not making. Because you'll be like, if you're super far out of the money, you'll look at this and it won't move as much. But then you're in a closer to end the money and you're like, wow, it's moving very well. It's that gamma boost. Yeah, I'm still focused on you, Julian. You can keep typing. You're just kind of far out of the money because volume is high. Yeah, see? Like, you did this with an out of the money. That's crazy. Now, is this SPX or SPY? Because if this is SPX... Wait, I can just scroll up. Me and Leland just talked about this today regarding someone else's trades. But SPY, when you trade too far out of the money, it's actually impossible to trade. You can actually only do this with SPX because of the volatility in those contracts. You can only do this with SPX. The far out of the money when you said this, that's the only reason it worked. If this was with SPY, you probably wouldn't have made any money. That's the sad part. If you went like the same distance far out of the money, if you know what I mean. Good stuff though, Julian. Seems like you kind of discovered all this on your own, which is good. Good breakdown. Everybody else is gonna be like, what the hell is he saying in here? Here, let me cover your back in case my mods go wild. Cause yeah, I just give my mods rifles, man. They go around chat cleaning up. So I gotta give them the clearance on this one. Good talk though, Julian. Thank you for sharing all that, for real. Julian's been kicking ass and enjoying it. It's been a lot of fun watching you do well, really. But with reasoning. It's not just like, oh, he's making money. Like, no, it's awesome because you're making sense of it. I don't care how much money you're making. I care if it makes sense to you. And you're making sense of it to other people now. You're spreading it to other people now. Mad respect, Julian. How did he track the option with the chart? Well, you can grab the option that you're trading. So let's say like right here. Let's say I'm trading a same day. What am I even at? Oh, we're on the 10th. Whoops. That's a negative. So let's say I'm trading a same day 474 call, right? I can right click this. Copy code. You can copy SPY 240 January 11th call 474 strike, right? Charts. You can then delete this and you can copy V and your option will be there. And this is how you can track your chart. Now, personally, I don't like looking at the theoretical option price, but if you want to leave all the different variables and the volatility and it's just interchanging the price and all kinds of stuff, it's fun. But this is how you can actually go back and look at that. Every option will, of course, be different on its chart. 15 and 30 minutes showing the move is done. Good looks, Mel. Golden Pocket is 47.55/47.60. SPY has a weekly level at pre-market low as well, I think. Good post by Mel and Ryan. Done with the day. Minimized my loss. I will be back. We'll see you later, VC. You have a great rest of your day, man. I love the energy. He then said, what Bueller is showing right now, in my opinion, is the best way to backtest. Put an option chart side by side with the actual chart. No problem, Steph. Good question. Coin's down 7% now. That thing's not stopping. Man, you gotta be pissed off as a crypto investor right now. I feel for them, and I'm not even in it. Still gonna be here until BB done, just not done. Oh, just not trade. Okay. Okay, I have with that VC. I like that. Keeping yourself away from it. I want to say there's a good possibility of a BTD setup, but what do I know? No, there is a good possibility. That's what Timmy was saying too. It could definitely happen here. We just got to be aware that the trend has been down on the day. I'm just looking at individual tickers curling up. Good looks. We also still have importantish bond auction. You're talking about the 30-year, right? Not the 4-week. I swear, if you say the 4-week, I'll tackle you through the screen. Tobias. Wanting the challenge from the get-go. I like it. The 4-week. I will literally tackle you, Tobias. I will fly through the screen all the way to Amsterdam. I will find you. No, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding, YouTube. Satire. Aren't actual threats. Do it. Jesus. Do it. We'll start World War III over here, man. Tesla, new low of day. Great call out by Chuck. Chuck, how are you doing today? How's the Chuck Meister doing? Or Charles. It says I am live. No way I feel like I'm lagging. Yeah, it's probably YouTube, man. It's crap. I've been saying for a while we need to move over to Twitch, but like a majority of our viewership is already here, so I don't know the point moving. I don't feel like being like, guys, make a Twitch account. We have cooler music. Oh my god, Tobias. You're not wrong, though. Have y'all seen the meme where it's like, we're only 9 days into 2024 and we already have all of this stuff happening? It was like talking about aliens and Epstein and all this other crap. It's like a big meme of the shit that's coming out this year. That meme was funny. We're only 9 days into this year. Doing good, up 10% on my account today with just 2 trades. Jesus, 10%. High NDX 100 from here is long or short. Can I even look at NDX on here? I mean, I just look at the triple. Oh, I can. Okay. My bad. I've charted this before. When have I ever charted the NASDAQ 100? Alright, well, I'll rechart it for you and I'll let you know. Give me a second. Grabbing emerging candles, it's pretty easy. Just grab the close of every new green candle high. And let's grab the all-time high just for shits and giggles. 5-day, 5-minute. I'm going to try to hide today so I don't get biased. That's the low to the high of the move before the reversal. Let's add a couple days to it. This is the high. Let's just include that level before the breakdown. So this is my previous day high demand, or previous day high supply, previous day low demand. So you got the higher open. We rejected the next level. Okay, nothing bearish about that yet. Broke under. That's bearish, but didn't break anything here yet. Next 5-minute candle literally confirms that. Then they go bearish again. So honestly, the big move is from this morning. You got a really good continuation retest. If you go from the low, this move to the low here. Really good rejection here. You can draw your lead test here. I mean, there was all kind of fibs that lined up there for bears. Now what you're getting is the breakdown of the next area, and they're getting a hold so far. So what you're either about to get is they either make this really ugly and hold a range, and then they slowly work themselves back up to this eve at least, and then we can kind of test from there. Or this is about to be a really nice breakdown to this low, and if 16,623 breaks, 16,623 breaks, then you could get a crackdown of that support. But right now it's hard to say because you're kind of in a sticky area where they could be trying to hold this as support, or they're possibly turning old support into resistance, which that does look like more of what it looks like right now. So important thing to look at if you're looking at the NASDAQ 100 is to watch some of the top weights. So you need to be watching Apple, you need to be watching Microsoft, you need to be watching NVIDIA, you need to be watching AVGO. You need to be watching some of these top NASDAQ weights if you're going to be looking at that. Raven, sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. I'm going back to SPY while I see what else everyone else is saying. But yeah, individual weights, I'd probably focus on those right now to get better short-term direction. No problem, man. Good question. Thank you for asking it. Always appreciate you for taking the time to answer my questions. No time fake, Mojo. I had a couple traders tag me on your Twitter, and I was like, whatever, I'll answer. And then you started asking me, like, questions that were good questions, and I was like, okay, this guy's actually, like, reading what I'm saying, applying it, and then he's finding out more stuff, and then he's coming back with more questions. Like, that's what I see from you, so I'm like, I'll go to war for that guy. But yeah, you've been asking pretty deep questions that I can tell somebody from the surface would not be asking. So I can tell you have been trying to do some things, so that's good. Tobias. Thank you for the history. I took one DTE puts today from Euro Open since there was no IV on it at all, but they were on calls. Man, I should have sized it, wrote it all the way, and then took 345%, 100 bet. Hella fun. Good stuff. No, I kicked my mic. I'm sorry. I was moving it back and forth. I keep changing it, and then I move away from it. It's like actually cutting out. It should be fine though. And again, check charts if you're still confused, but this is what this man teaches. My bad, I'll pull it up. SPX at the time is at 47.40 to 47.52, so here's the 47.50 cons to see the difference. Here's the 47. Okay, so he's showing two different contracts. Rinse and repeat don't get easier. So he sees that it's retesting away on his SPX chart, and then it's pushing back towards his golden pocket. Wow, very nice. I'm glad you're having fun with this, Julian. I'm glad you're telling the story of it and you're able to... I don't know. You look like you're like energetic about it. I like that. That's contagious, man. Keep it up. You'll see other people get that same energy like you. Keep doing what you're doing. Be contagious. I'm allowing you to be contagious. All right, guys. Well, we made it to 11:30. Had about a 3-hour stream. I actually had no intentions of doing any kind of extra length in this stream. I think tomorrow I'll gift a couple memberships away if you guys want. It's really up to y'all. But I'll gift a couple tomorrow. I'll do like 3 or 4 or something like that. But guys, I'll see you guys later on. If you guys want to tune in and get more updates and engage with more traders just like this, please tune into the Discord. You can join this channel for free and just enjoy talking with everybody. You don't have to pay for anything. You can just join in here, hang out. If you do want to get a membership, you can. Again, not pressuring anybody. But I would at least join the trade floor, get in on some of the activity. A lot of people in there just having fun, working very hard together. It's in a very enjoyable environment for everybody. So, but I hope you guys enjoyed the stream today. I hope you enjoyed some of the breakdowns, some of the trade breakdowns at the beginning of this stream before we got down here. But thank you guys again. I can't thank you guys enough for being here and supporting me and supporting everything with the channel and all the people I support and just being here and trying to better yourself every day. Seriously, each and every one of you are the reason this community is as good as it is. So thank you guys again, and I'll see you guys later on. Have a great rest of your day.